Hello and welcome to day 2 of 2024 Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis. We are going to get started in just a couple of minutes. This day 2, session 1 is going to include raw female sub-junior lifters. That is 18 and under, 43 kilo weight class to the 76 kilo weight class, as well as the male sub-juniors from the 53 to the 83 kilo weight class. We're going to see some star performances coming out of lifters like Eleni Guerrera, Esperanza Delgado. It's going to be an exciting session.
Those on the platform 3, loaded on 1 as well.
We are underway on both platforms. Platform 1, Lainey Booley coming out to 77.5 kilos for opening attempt. If you are following along on the stream, we're going to be jumping between weight class divisions. All of these lifters this morning are going to be sub-junior lifters, meaning that they are 18 and under. So these are young lifters, don't have a ton of experience yet. They are picking up that invaluable experience right here on the national stage. And that was a good lift on platform 1 to start off the day from Lainey Booley. Now we're going to jump around between weight classes, going to try to keep you guys updated, but if you are following along on the stream, you could see out on the layover below. For instance, on platform 2, Derek Lay is a 59 kilo sub-junior lifter. Buried that squat there with 120 kilos. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. On platform 1, Trinity Klinger, 85 kilos, moves smooth for opening attempt. 3 white lights, that's a good lift.
Next up, platform 1, Giant Spears.
Platform 1, we've got J. Anna Spears, 85 kilos, stays on the bar for her. Most of these lifters are going to opt to wear knee sleeves as that is allowed in the raw division. Jay has opted not to. Totally optional. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Kaylin McCann, 140 kilos for her opening attempt. Pretty big opening attempt here, over 300 pounds for the sub-junior lifter. Very easy, exactly what you expect from an opener. We're not going to be expecting any major grind outs. Of course, sometimes it happens, but these opening attempts are typically just so these lifters can get on the board, get an easy lift in, not going to risk bombing out. So bombing out would occur if a lifter is not able to get a lift in at least one of the disciplines. So you've got to get at least one squat in, at least one bench in, and at least one deadlift. On platform 1, that was a good lift from Caitlin. Platform 2, Micah Crone, 152.5 kilos for his opening attempt. Very easy. Again, we're expecting these openers to be lifts that these lifters can typically hit for around 3 reps, and that is 3 reps on any given day. So if you're reminded, this is the national stage. You've got judges who have been in the game for a long time, so there's going to be a stricter standard of judging. And also these lifters have traveled from all across the country, so you've got to keep those variables in effect. For instance, Isabella Gregory, 105 kilos for opening attempt, is a good lift, but it moved a little bit slow for an opener, so we're going to have to see where she jumps from there, perhaps taking smaller jumps. Platform 2, John Gabriel, 175 kilos for his opening attempt. 3 white lights, good lift.
Next up, platform 3, Esperanza Delgado.
And on platform 1, Jaden, 110 kilos for her opening attempt. Pretty smooth there. That's a good lift, 3 white lights. Now on platform 2, we have got Esperanza Delgado, newcomer to the stage, being coached there by Flex. 182.5 for her opening attempt. 400 pounds. Let's see how she moves this. Incredible. I mean, she is really coming in hot in these championships. The heavy favorite to win. Just going to want to put on a show here. She has already totaled above the world record total in her class, despite being in the sport for such a short time. Really excited to see how far she pushed it today, how far she goes, what she's able to do. But first on platform 1, Lauren Jansen, 115 kilos for her opening attempt. If you would like to follow along with the scorecard, keep up with the attempts going on, you can go to liftingcast.com, look at the U.S. Classic Age Division Equipped Nationals, and you can follow along for your own. Platform 2, Joshua Miranda, 205 kilos for his opening attempt. Look pretty solid, 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Lily Wen, 127.5. Pretty sizable opener for a 57 kilo lifter. About 280 pounds. See how she moves it? Yep, it moves like an opener should. 2-1, it's a good lift. Gets 1 red card, indicating that that referee did not think that she squatted low enough. But in powerlifting, we go by majority rules. So for a good lift, all you need is 2 white lights. On platform 2, Daniel Russo makes 217 kilos fly for his opening attempt. 3 white lights is a good lift. On platform 1, we've got heavy favorite in the 57 kilo class, Eleni Guerra, 140 kilos. Now, Eleni has been on the world stage. She placed silver at last year's World Championships. Going to be trying to pick up her first gold medal. And that starts here by winning her respective class, picking up that national title. Oh, unfortunately, that is going to be a no lift for Eleni. We see those red cards indicating that she did not squat deep enough. Now, she could approach the jury on that. And I think I do see her coach approaching the jury, having a conversation. And over on platform 2, Jack Reynolds moved his opening attempt with ease, 252.5 kilos. And I have got a legendary guest joining me in the booth, Sam Calhoun. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone.
We are underway on session 1 of day 2 of Age Division Nationals, and we've already got a national record attempt. Stella Tintari on platform 1, 150 kilos for her opening attempt. She's in the 69 kilo class.
Very strong opener for Stella.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that that is a national record attempt, and she gets it. That's a new national record on her opener. So really exciting to see how far she pushes it. Now on platform 2, we've got Dylan Johnson, newcomer to the game, going to be battling against Jack Reynolds for the title.
A little sticky there.
Yeah, a little sticky out of the hole.
He got it.
Yeah, he got it regardless. But like you said, as a coach, as a lifter yourself, you're kind of looking at that thinking just a little bit sticky. Yeah. Perhaps he could take a little more conservative jumps. Now, Dylan Johnson, he's never been on the Powerlifting America national stage. Going to be contending with someone who has in Jack Reynolds. So it'll be exciting to see how that battle unfolds. On platform 1, we are into second attempts. Lainey Booley taking a 5 kilo jump to 82.5 kilos. Platform 2, Derek Lee getting set up with 130 kilos.
Very strong second attempt for Lainey.
Yeah, and as a coach yourself, what are you kind of expecting out of a second attempt in terms of speed, in terms of how it looks?
Second attempt would typically be a little slower than the opener. However, you're building confidence for that third attempt.
Yeah, you want to leave enough room in the tank where you're not completely gassing yourself on the second attempt. But like you said, just at least having some sort of indication
Right.
of where you can go. You don't want
Yes.
to be warming up on the platform,
Right,
so to
right. You
speak.
don't want the second attempt to be so fast. Now you're in no man's land of what to expect for that third attempt.
Platform 1, Trinity, another 5-kilo jump to 90. Platform 2, Kaylin, 150 kilos for a second attempt.
Very deep squat for Kaylin.
Yeah, very deep and move very fast. 3 white lights on 1 and 3 white lights on 2.
Next up, platform 3, Micah Crow. Getting on the bar, platform 1.
Platform 1, J. Anna Spears, 92.5 for her second attempt. Platform 2, Micah Crone, 160 kilos for his second attempt. Hits that sticking point on 1, but it's able to fight through it. 2 to 1, it's a good lift.
Next up, platform 1.
Looked like he buried it on 2.
Yes, very, very strong squat for Micah. 3 white lights.
So next up, platform 3, John Gabriel.
Platform 1, Caitlin, 97.5 for her second attempt.
Oh, yeah. Very good, Kaylin.
Yeah, moved fairly well.
Yes.
3 white lights, good lift. Platform 2, John Gabriel, 10-kilo jump to 185. We're over 400 pounds here.
Next up, platform 1, Isabella Gregory.
So far, these sub-juniors look really good.
Yeah, and again, that is a good reminder here that in this session, we're going to have all sub-junior lifters. That means they're 18 and under, trying to showcase how composed they are despite
Right.
being so young, being on the national stage.
So I can only imagine this is probably maybe their third, fourth meet
For most
max,
of them, exactly.
you know, and they're handling it like professionals.
Platform 2, Esperanza Delgado. I mean, just phenomenal squatting from her. Her opener flew. And it's crazy to say that it flew with 182.5
Right.
kilos.
Now we have a
A
10-kilo
big
jump.
fight on 1. Fortunately, that's going to be a no lift.
Let's see how she handles this 10-kilo jump.
Yeah, I mean, this is 424 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that moved well. I mean, hits the little sticking point out of the hole, but
But that could be normal for her.
exactly, and it's not even that difficult. I'm
No.
excited to see where she goes for her third. She's the heavy, heavy favorite in her class. I mean, no surprise with some squatting like that. Platform 1, Jaden, getting set up with 115 kilos.
Next up, platform 3, Joshua Miranda.
Move pretty solid on 1. Oh, move solid, but unfortunately that's going to be a no lift to the 1. Gets those red cards. We're going to see that a lot this morning, indicating that the judges did not think that she squatted deep enough. On platform 2, Joshua Miranda did squat deep enough, gets 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 1, Lauren Jensen, currently forecasted with a sizable spread in the 52-kilo class, forecast in first place.
Okay.
120 kilos for her second attempt. Weighing just about 114 pounds. Pretty smooth, moved like a second attempt should, as we said. Just a little difficult, a little more difficult than the opener, but not emptying the tank. Platform 2, Daniel Russo, 230 kilos, over 500 pounds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a national record attempt on platform 3 for Jack Reynolds.
Platform 1, Lily Wen, in the 57-kilo class, 137.5 kilos. Forecasted behind Eleni Guerrera, but forecasted pretty solidly in second place. I mean, moving over 300 pounds, let's see how she handles it.
There you go.
Pretty well.
Yes. So as a coach, the main thing I'm looking for with these second attempt is facial expressions and body language, right? So because even though it's sticky or slow, that may be the norm for the lifter, and they're comfortable with that speed.
On platform 2, we've got a national record attempt coming out of Jack Reynolds. Under fire from Dylan Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, moved
Good
pretty
job,
well.
Jack.
Being coached there by legendary game day handler Matt Gary. 3 white lights, the new national record for Jack Reynolds. But Dylan Johnson now coming out to break that. Now, Dylan Johnson has opted not to put a chip on the bar, but this is still going to be a national record for him. On platform 1, Eleni retaking her opener with 140 kilos, and she's on the board. 3 white lights.
Next up, platform 1.
So lifters need at least one successful lift per event to continue on into the meet. So she's now in the meet.
Yep, and that's especially important for Eleni, given that she is forecasted so ahead in that class, just trying to get on the board. And that's probably why they decided to repeat that opener. Platform 1, Barbara Lopez. Again, no lift. Isn't able to squat deep enough. Hopefully she can come back in on the 3rd. Now on platform 2, Dylan Johnson trying to take back the national record from Jack Reynolds. 275, over 600 pounds from the newcomer.
Very strong squat for Dylan.
Wow, 3 white lights, and that is a new national record.
And he's just getting warmed up. You can just tell by his swagger. He's ready.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got those two going back and forth on records, and we're just on second attempts. Really excited to see how that plays out in the 3rd attempt. But first, on platform 1, Stella, another national record attempt, 160.5, taking a relatively big 10.5 kilo jump, but she handles it well in that 69 kilo class. Handles it well based on speed, but unfortunately all 3 judges agreed that it was not deep enough.
So just a reminder to our audience, we're at the front view, so it's very hard to judge depth from the front. So even though it may look good from our angle, it's just very hard to tell.
On platform 2, unfortunately, that is going to be a no lift for Derek.
Coming next up, platform 1, Lady Wee.
Platform 1, we're going to have Lainey miss her 2nd attempt based on not squatting deep enough, decided to go up anyways.
Come on, Lainey.
Yeah, I mean, and she didn't go up by a huge amount, not by 10 kilos or anything, just went up 2.5. Let's see if she can get this in.
I think that was a tad bit deeper. Let's see what the judges say.
Yeah, and again, like you said, it's very, very difficult to judge from the front. 3 white lights.
There we go.
It's a good lift. Caitlin on 2, going 3 for 3, walking away with 155 kilos. Again, pretty sizable squat for a sub-junior lifter, 341 pounds. Platform 1, Trinity Klinger, 97.5 for her 3rd and final attempt.
She's ready. You can see some sass.
Yeah, she looks locked in. I mean, she moved that 2nd attempt fairly well. She's wearing that Team USA singlet.
That means she's been here before. There you go.
3 white lights, it's a good lift.
Come on,
Ooh,
Micah.
on 2. I thought he was going to be able to break through that sticking point. Unfortunately, just a little too much for him.
Giant Spears.
Good job to our spotters.
On platform 1, Anna Spears, 5 kilo jump to 97.5. Has a relatively wide stance. Wow, that was a really good call for a 3rd attempt. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. And that feels good to be able to put an attempt on the bar that is the right call. You know, you probably didn't have 2.5 kilos more, and then getting that in, building momentum for the day.
That's every lifter's dream. Because no lifter want to leave kilos on the platform, but no lifter also want to miss. You know,
it's a great balance between trying to go heavy enough where you're leaving what you've got on the platform, but then again, like you said, you don't want to miss because then you're leaving those.
You're actually leaving it.
Yeah, right. That was a good fight on platform 1 from Caitlin. 102.5, 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Now platform 2, Esperanza Delgado, opting to take just a 2.5 kilo jump. That's the minimum jump you can take.
I'm surprised it's only 2.5 kilos because it moved well enough to justify 5, but better safe than sorry any day. I mean, this girl has a bright future ahead of her.
Of course, and she a lot of these lifters are, given that they're sub-junior lifters. She's new to the Powerlifting American National stage. She's trying to keep that composure
Oh,
there. Yeah, and that moved well.
yes.
And I mean, she's forecasted well ahead in the class, just trying to put up some numbers. And we see her coach on the side, kind of like, what was that? Why did that move so
Right.
easy? But again, she builds that momentum, goes 3 for 3 in the squats. Platform 1, Isabella Gregory missed her second attempt, opting to retake it. And I think typically with these, I mean, she missed her second attempt based on strength, so let's see how she does this.
Drive, drive, drive.
Knees come in, trying to fight through that sticking point, but it's just not there
Yeah,
today.
but she got her opener, you know. So we always want to pick an opener that under any circumstance you can hit.
And as a coach, what would you kind of say to a lifter who maybe doesn't have the best squat event, only walking away with their opener? Because a lot of it comes down to lifter psychology too.
I would just tell them, hey, just leave it at squats. We still have 6 more lifts to go. I mean, they could go from good to bad really quick, you know, so don't let it do that. Just leave the squat where it is. Now just focus on bench and deadlift. You know, after the meet, we could go regroup and talk about it, but as far as right now, just leave it where it's at.
Yeah, you've got to stay in the moment.
Gotta stay in the moment.
Good fight on one from Jaden. Oh, unfortunately, that's going to be no lift based on depth. But yeah, like you said, it's very, very crucial, especially as a handler, handling, I mean, for lack of better words, kids. All of these lifters are under 18 years old, or at least under 19 years old, and it's going to be very difficult for them to compartmentalize. I mean, given that they're not having years and years in the game, so it's very important as a handler to instill that skill in them.
Right. And competing is a skill.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
So the more they do it, the better they will be at it.
Platform 2, Joshua Miranda. Really great fight there. I mean, jumping 15 kilos, that's hard to judge. And he gets it in, 3 white lights, picks up those extra 15 kilos.
He looks really good in that all-black singlet.
Platform 1, it's going to be a no lift from Lauren Jansen, unfortunately. Platform 2, I mean, the day is already starting off strong with this 83-kilo battle between Jack Reynolds and Dylan Johnson. If you remember from second attempts, Jack Reynolds hit that national record. Dylan Johnson came and took it back.
83-kilo boys never disappoint, no matter what age group.
No matter what age, exactly. Look, he's coming in fired up, locked in, trying to chip Dylan Johnson's record. Dylan Johnson hit 275 on his second attempt. Jack Reynolds trying to take that back. Let's see how he handles it.
Oh, yeah. Drive, drive. Come
Oh, my
on.
gosh, wow. Hits
All
that
right,
sticking
Jack.
point, but doesn't give up.
2-1. Good lift.
And he is fired up. His coach is fired up. Matt Gary, legendary game day handler.
He picked a good one because he's going to need.
Especially if you're in the battle, that's where game day handling really comes into play. You're gonna want to put on the right attempts on the bar, because if you start missing, that just puts a dampen on your total. And those extra kilos are so crucial in a battle like this.
This is one of those days you have to leave the emotions at the door and be objective throughout the entire day.
Yeah, Dylan Johnson, 10-kilo jump, trying to take back that national record, not opting to take any chips, whereas Jack Reynolds has picked up a chip on his third attempt.
You know, sometimes as a newer lifter, you don't even know about chips.
Exactly.
Or your handler may not understand that you are going for the record and you can chip it. Or you just feel so confident you don't even need to. Oh, man.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that could be a pivotal miss for Dylan
Yes.
Johnson. 10 kilos. Could have gone 7.5, 5 kilos. Unfortunately, that's a no lift. And like we said, that could be pivotal at the end of the day, missing that third attempt squat. And like you said, it's so important, especially when you're in one of these battles, to stay objective, trying to hit what you have on the day, not what you hit in the gym.
Right.
Just trying to consider all the factors of the day.
And sometimes it's not the stronger lifter who wins at the end of the day. It's the smarter lifter, the lifter who makes the most amount of attempts.
Yeah, so we're really going to see that battle develop over the day. Platform 1, we got a national record attempt from Eleni Guerrera. Placed silver at last year's Worlds, looking to return to pick up a gold. Missed her opening attempt, came back and hit it, trying to bump it 7.5 kilos. Wow, and it moved pretty well.
If the audience is confused about her bar position, sometimes it's a shoulder mobility issue, that one shoulder has more mobility than the other shoulder. So that could be causing the slight crookedness in the bar. But she handles it pretty well, so that's her norm.
Yeah, of course, it's totally up to a lifter's imbalances or just how, like you said, sometimes it could be an issue like a shoulder mobility issue. Now, Barbara Lopez, the favorite in the 63 kilo class, but facing a bomb out situation.
Come on. Oh, and that's a strong squat. I mean,
It's a
she's
strong
more than
squat,
capable.
157.5.
There you go.
Oh, wow, and she got on the board 2-1. It's a good lift.
So that's one of those situations that is very risky to go up after a missed attempt, because it puts you in a very compromised situation.
Of course, right. I mean, if you go up, your body's going to want to kind of save you, you know. If it's heavier on your back, your body might be a little bit more hesitant to sink into the hole, get that depth. But yeah, she's able to get that third attempt in, not risk bombing out of the competition. Now Stella missed her second attempt. Again, another lifter opting to go up after missing. I believe she missed this on depth. Yeah, strength is clearly no problem there. I mean, 163 as a sub-junior lifter. Free lights, she gets it in. And like you said, it's very dicey to miss an attempt and then go up anyways, especially with lifters who are not going to be as experienced as perhaps the junior or the open division. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
Right. And it's a conversation to be had with the lifting coach, because if you're trying to go for placement, obviously you need those kilos, but obviously you don't need to bomb out either. You know, so it's a conversation to be had between the lifter and the coach of how risky you want to get.
Platform 2, we are into the second flight on both platforms. Jay Banks Hawkins, 160 for his opening attempt. Moved like an opener should. Pretty easy, pretty standard. 3 white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 1, Colin, 115 kilos for his opening attempt.
Ooh, fast opener for Colin.
Yeah, very, very fast. Likely going to take some big jumps from there. Sometimes you see that, like super fast openers, just so that you can get on the board, not risk any sort of situation.
And there are some lifters who just show up on meet day, you know.
Platform 2, Adam Olson, 170 kilos for his opening attempt. Platform 1, Masato, 130 kilos. Looked like he buried it there. A little bit of sticking point that he hits coming out of the hole. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Aiden Roche, 135, just under 300 pounds. Ooh, wow, very, very easy. Yeah, it looked like a warm-up, honestly. 3 white lights, good lift. Probably going to be expecting big jumps out of him.
At least 10, 12.5 kilos for him, depending on what he's used to.
Yeah, of course, and that comes into play, too, what these lifters are used to taking in the gym. Some lifters are used to those bigger jumps. Other lifters, they like to play it low close.
Typically for the second attempt coming up, you know, it's something that the lifters have hit before, either their meet PR or their gym max.
Yeah, and it can be difficult as well to tell from these sub-junior lifters, given that they're so new to the sport, they're so young, they're going to be making a lot of progress. It can be difficult to judge where their top end is. Platform 1, Dan, 142.5.
I am so impressed with the openers of these sub-juniors across the board. Everyone looks very composed. All the weights are manageable.
Yeah, a lot of these lifters have looked pretty composed, especially being on the national stage. A lot of them, it's going to be their debut to the national stage. And like you said, they're sub-junior lifters. They're all teenagers. And you know that with powerlifting, every single lifter has prepared in some sort of capacity, whether that be just having a short prep leading in or preparing for months or even years. Platform 1, Charles, 147.5. Relatively close stance there. Moves pretty fast. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Marcus, 185. Again, I'm just so impressed. Over 400 pounds for his opening attempt. In contrast, has a bit of a wider stance. Just comes down to lifter preference. Wherever they feel the strongest is whatever they're going to do.
And you're going to see all different types of lifting styles today.
Next up, platform 3, Weston Mississippi.
Platform 1, Angel with 155, 341 pounds. Move like an opener should. 3 white lights. Angel's currently forecasted in second place in the 59 kilo division. Not too far from Noah. Could be a little bit of a battle there. Platform 2, Weston, 195 kilos for his opening attempt. Well over 400 pounds. Looks like he almost loses his balance at the top. Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, 160 kilos for his opening attempt. He is forecasted well ahead in the 66 kilo class. Just gonna want to execute on the day.
That's it.
Not open the door to anyone else. He starts off strong. 3 white lights, it's a good lift.
And a lot of these lifters are building momentum into worlds, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. This meet is a qualifier for the Sub-Junior World Championships later on in the year. And these lifters are going to want to secure that national title, secure a spot on the team. The team's going to be decided based on a system using good lift points. So that's the thing about missing lifts too. You miss your third attempt, even though you are ahead in the class, you could be missing out on trying to put up the best good lift points possible to get on the team. Platform 1, Carter, opening up with 162.5.
A little slow for the opener. I'm thinking they probably go up maybe 5 kilos.
Yeah, I agree. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Gets a blue card, likely for soft knees at the start or the end of the lift. And yeah, I agree. Watching it a little bit slower than you want an opener
But
to
nothing
be.
concerning at all. Nothing concerning.
Yeah, it's always feels like disaster when you have a lifter or you are the lifter yourself coming out and you hit your opening attempt and it is slow, like moving very, very slow.
But it's also nerves, you know.
Of course, yeah. I think the first attempt squat is the most nerve-wracking lift out of the entire meet.
100%.
Platform 1, Noah Aussie, 170 for his opening attempt. We're in the 59 kilo class, so he weighs about 130 pounds or under.
He's in the OG USA singlet.
2 to 1, it's a good lift.
So he has a friend.
Oh, on 2, unfortunately. Warren Lee.
So once again, it's a little risky when you go up after your opener. You add in additional variables.
Yeah, I mean, especially that. This is the situation that we always talk about. Warren Lee missed his opening attempt based on depth, opted to go up anyways. Seemed to miss it on strength or perhaps some sort of misgroove. So yeah, it's always dicey going up after missing an attempt, especially for these lifters who just don't have as much experience in the game. Hopefully he can come back and hit on this third. Platform 1, Nick, 172.5 for his opening attempt. Moved a bit tough for an opener. He's on the board, 2 white lights. It's always a sigh of relief when you have an opener that's a little bit difficult, you know, and disaster would strike if it's a difficult opener. You look and you miss the attempt, especially on depth where you're having to come back and sink it a little bit more. So it's always a sigh of relief that even if your opener is moving fast and you look and you're on the board,
Oh, yeah.
you're good to go. You're going to register a total. Platform 2, Kyler Ramsey, 157.5 for his second attempt. A little bit tough out of the hole, but not too difficult. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Colin, 122.5 for his second attempt.
Nice strong brace for Colin. Oh,
Yeah, move easy. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Jay Banks Hawkins, 12.5 kilo jump to 172.5.
Masano Gentile.
Platform 1, Masato, 135. Came out a little bit more fired up, which you typically will see on the second attempts. Three white lights, that's a good lift. Platform 2, Adam Olsen getting set up with 177.5.
Aiden Roche.
Depth looked good, at least from the front.
I'm sure it was a little harder than he would want it to be, but it was a very good squat.
Yep, 3 white lights, he gets that lift in. And yeah, I'm probably gonna take a relatively conservative jump from there. And that's the thing too, you've got to adjust on the day. If your warm-ups are moving slower than expected, it doesn't help to just ignore it, you know, just go in. Aiden Roche on platform 1 handles that 15 kilo jump very, very well.
And it's all about building the total. We still have 2 other lifts to complete. No need to empty the tank on squats.
Platform 2, David Gutierrez, 185, taking 10 kilo jump to his second attempt. Currently slotted in 5th place on the forecasted total, but he's very, very close to a few lifters above him. Could be fighting for a podium position at the end of the day in that 74 kilo class. 3 white lights is a good lift. Platform 1, Dan, 152.5.
Next up, platform 3, Oliver Coleman.
Very strong second attempt for Dan.
To the 1, it's a good lift. It's 1 red card from the chief referee.
Next up, platform 1, Charles
Platform 2, Oliver, 195 for his second attempt. Oliver, one of those lifters who could be kind of in that podium battle in the 74 kilo class against lifters like David Gutierrez, and we're going to see coming up Arzad, Marcus. And that could be a big goal for these lifters to walk away on the podium
Oh, yeah.
at the national championships. Yeah, 3 white lights on 2. On 1, Charles makes 155 kilos move like a second attempt should. 3 white lights, it's a good lift for him. Yeah, and speaking of that podium battle on platform 2, Marcus Canova, 10 kilo jump to 195, forecasted in 5th place, but just 5 kilos behind second place forecasted. And when you're in those battles, it's really going to be all about making lifts, executing, building the best total possible. For Marcus, this is only his second meet, so going to try to, yeah, I mean, it's crazy to say that a lot of these lifters, it's, like you said earlier, could only be their second or third meet. They're going to want to bring in composure, execution. And yeah, on platform 2, that was a good lift from Marcus, but moved a bit slow for a second attempt. So likely just going to take a conservative jump. Again, just trying to get your lifts in, trying to build the biggest total you can so that you can contend with placing at the end of the day. You could be the stronger lifter, but if you start to miss lifts, start to fumble the bag a little bit throughout the day, then that could really open the door to the other competitors. Platform 1, Carter Sanchez, 170 kilos for his second attempt. Platform 2, Arzad, one of the lifters in the hunt for a podium position, moves to 12.5. Took a big jump to 17.5. See what the judges say on depth.
Yeah,
3 white
great.
lights, it's a good lift. Yeah, big jump there. And you wouldn't think that he made a big jump. Again, could be one of those lifters that are just used to taking those big jumps. Wanted to get a lift in on the board for that opening attempt. 3 white lights on 1, that is a good lift.
The sport is growing so much. When I was in high school, entering college, I never heard of powerlifting. I didn't even know powerlifting existed.
Yeah, and now you see these huge national level meets where we've got a whole session, a whole 2 sessions where it's a bunch of sub-junior lifters in high school. This is where they get their start in the game. We could see quite a few of these lifters develop into becoming lifters competitive in the junior or even the open division. Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, handles 170 kilos with ease. Forecasted well ahead in that 66 kilo class.
That's the platform 1.
Platform 2, we got another big jump here. 22.5 kilos, about a 50-pound jump. See how he handles it. Again, could be one of those lifters who are just used to making those kinds of jumps in the gym. Three white lights, it's a good lift. It was smooth all the way through. I never thought he was going to miss the lift, but again, just a little bit slow for a second attempt.
I'm interested to see the jump to the third.
Yeah, especially after taking such a big jump to his second. Probably going to be a little more conservative on the third. Nick on platform 1, 177.5. We're pretty solid on 1. Oh, 2 to 1. It's a no lift. Gets blue cards, and I believe that was probably for soft knees. Oh, and on platform 2, Noah Ralston misses his second attempt at 217.5. Now, that's kind of a pivotal miss because Noah was forecasted with a pretty good gap. He was forecasted in first place in that 74 kilo division. Missing that squat, I mean, he took a 12.5 kilo jump. If he misses again on his third, that really swings the door open for some of these competitors to come in and potentially take his spot.
That's the one drawback. One drawback of the big jumps is if you miss, you're missing a lot.
Yeah, you're leaving a lot on the table there. Platform 1, Noah, 177.5 for his second attempt.
Come on, Warren. We need this. We need
2 to
this.
1. It's a good lift. Unfortunately, on 2, that's going to be our first bomb out of the day. Warren was not able to get a squat in. It's really unfortunate to see, especially from these, sub-junior lifters. They've got a lot of passion coming to the national stage, perhaps for the first time. But, I mean, we've seen elite-level lifters bomb out before. It's not the end of your career, especially as a sub-junior. You've got a lot of lifting left to go if you continue on with the sport.
Exactly. And he could
could continue on the day. Yeah,
Yes.
he could come back and bench and deadlift. You don't only peak for squats when you're preparing for a powerlifting meet.
He wouldn't be eligible for a podium position, but he could still finish the day and make his training cycle worthwhile.
Platform 1, Colin, trying to go 3 for 3, 135. Platform 2, Tristan, 160 kilos, stands up with it.
Oh, Colin.
On 1, we both. it was honestly a good call for his third attempt, but he just kind of lost his balance at the top. And as a reminder, you've got to stay in the same position between commands, essentially. So the chief referee gives the squat command, you cannot take a step forward or backward, and that's just to show that you have full control over the attempt.
Exactly.
Platform 2, Kyler Ramsey, 165 for his third and final attempt. We're on to third attempts on both platforms. Wow. Pretty good for Kyler.
That was really good.
Yeah, it wasn't a super big grinder like all the way through, but out of the hole, it was tough for him to get out of the hole, and he fought through
That
that.
was a great third attempt selection.
Platform 1, that was a good lift from Masato.
Because these lifters, they came to work. They want to work.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you know, as a competitor yourself, you're preparing for months on end, trying to showcase the hard work you've done. When the fight comes, you're going to be ready for it.
And those first 2 attempts is building up for this moment right here.
Platform 2, Adam Olsen, just the minimum 2.5 kilo jump to 180. Platform 1, Charles, 160 kilos for his final attempt. Just a little too much for Charles in the day. Platform 2, Adam stands up with 180. Looks like a good call there. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 1, Aiden Roche, really getting focused here for 160 kilos. Took that big 15 kilo jump, adding another 10. See how he handles it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was very, very easy for a third attempt.
And it's crazy because I'm sure that was a PR.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's the thing with like these sub-junior lifters who are progressing so fast. It can be so hard to tell their top end. But that was great for Aiden, leaving a lot of energy left in the tank.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have a
for
good
bench
day.
and deadlift.
Because all that does is just build confidence.
Exactly. Platform 2, that was a good lift for Jay Banks Hawkins. Again, another lifter going 3 for 3 on the day. And I love to see on both platforms, not too many missed lifts.
No, it's been a good day.
Yeah.
And it's mostly been off of technicalities, the misses we have seen. You know, not many misses off of strength.
Platform 1, Dan taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 160. We're in the 66 kilo class. Currently forecasted in third place. On platform 2, David Gutierrez, 190 kilos. I thought Dan was going to be able to fight through that. No lift on 1. On 2, David is able to fight through the sticking point. 3 right lights. Looked like a really good call from his handler there. That is Susie Hartwig-Gary, coming off her national championship win from yesterday morning.
She's so amazing. She was coaching and lifting at the exact same time.
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
Yes, in between her lifts, she was coaching.
I mean, she's a legendary game day handler. And it kind of shows when I love seeing when her and her husband, Matt Gary, come out and you see them make a call for a third attempt, and it just looks perfect. It's so satisfying. Platform 1, Angel, 170 kilos for his final attempt. Platform 2, Marcus, 200 kilos. Could be a big milestone that he has been searching for. Buries it, honestly. Wow! And
good fight.
I almost thought he was going to fight through the sticking point. On 1, Angel's able to fight through it. To the 1, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Carter Sanchez, 175 for his final attempt. Forecasted in second place in the 66 kilo class.
Let's just shout out our spotters for a second. They look good.
Yeah, I mean, they are moving very fast. And that's another variable that comes into play when you're lifting on these larger stages, the national, international stage. You're going to have these spotters that are very, very experienced, keeping the meet efficient. And if you're used to waiting 15 plus minutes in the gym, you're likely not going to get that on the national stage.
Right.
You've got to adapt on the day or adapting your training.
Come on, Oliver.
Oliver shakes his head, just says it's not there on the day, but he puts in a good fight with it. On 1, that's going to be no lift, just a little too much today. And on platform 2, we had our Noah Ralston miss his second attempt, seemingly based on strength. Hopefully it was just a misgroup. He can come back and hit this. Otherwise, he's really swinging the door open for his other competitors to come in and take that national title that he's vying for in the 74 kilo class. Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, again another lifter trying to pick up a national title, forecasted ahead in the 66 kilo class.
Very good lift for Tyler.
3 white lights, it's a good lift.
All right, Noah. It's a little too much.
And that's the thing too about maybe just getting a little too greedy on the day, especially missing a second attempt. Perhaps there's a factor coming in like travel, a cut,
Exactly.
and that's why it's so important to adapt on the day, and also so important to have a second attempt that it could be more difficult based on variables, but you know you're going to hit, so that you're not leaving those. Like, I mean, that's a pivotal miss there, leaving about 12.5 kilos on the table.
But like you said, you never know the variables coming into it.
Of course.
Especially with this
we're
weekend
in the booth.
with travel.
Yes, yeah, we're in the booth. Yeah, travel this weekend was insane, to say the least.
So we don't know.
Yeah, we're not privy to the background information. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Nick.
But like you said, you have to adapt to the day. Regardless of what training showed you, you have to adapt for the day.
Yeah, and that's where it can be so invaluable to have an experienced game day coach. Unfortunately, on 2, that's going to be a no lift. Gets 1 red card, and then a yellow card can kind of indicate a multitude of different things. Perhaps jumping a command or taking a step. On platform 1, Noah, 182.5, coming in really fired up for this. In a bit of a hunt for the title. I mean, he's currently forecasted in 3rd place, but only 5 kilo spread between him and 1st place with Angel. Gonna want to execute on the day, building up the best total you possibly can. This is his first time on the national stage. Oh, wow! That's not gonna go. No lift, unfortunately, on platform 1. That's a difficult decision to make. And on platform 1 and 2, we have wrapped up the action in the squat event, but do not go very far. We are going to take a short 10-minute break before jumping back into the action on both platforms. On day 2 at Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals, it's going to be exciting. We're going to see the bench press. We're going to see some of these battles and star performances develop. Don't go anywhere. We will see you in 10. Welcome back to the 2024 Powerlifting America Classic Age Division National Championships. I'm your host, Adriana Davis, joined in the booth by legend in the game, Sam Calhoun, and we are going to roll right into it. Platform 1, Jalen Corpus, getting set up with 45 kilos. Platform 2, Kaylin McCann, getting set up with a 82.5 kilos. Three white lights, it's a good lift. Super fast opener on one.
So there's 3 commands for the bench press: start, press, rack. So you'll hear that in the background.
Yeah, and that often means that the bench press is going to be the most technical out of the 3, given that you've got the most commands and you've got the most to look for. Honestly, we are looking for butt in contact with the bench, feet flat on the floor, head in contact with the bench. We're looking for bench depth as well. There's just a lot to look for, making it one of the most technical lift out of the 3. For instance, on platform 1, that was a 2-to-1 call. It's still a good lift, but 2-to-1 for J. Anna Spears. And you might hear us say this a lot this session, where a lifter gets a yellow card, and the yellow card is kind of a catch-all, and sometimes it's not completely clear what that lift is, given that we are not on the platform. We're just watching from the booth. So sometimes a lifter could lift up their heels, for instance, in the during the bench press, and it's just difficult for us to see. Platform 2, Derek Lee. That's a good lift. Platform 1 for Trinity, a little bit sticky for an opening attempt with 47.5, but still a good lift.
Next on platform 1, we got Lady Lee.
Platform 1, Lainey Booley, 47.5 for her opening attempt. Platform 2, we've got Esperanza Delgado. Really a strong favorite to win the 76 kilo class. Had a phenomenal squat day, going 3 for 3, hitting 195 kilos as a sub-junior.
She's going to be a star. I already see it.
Yep, and this is really the start of it. This is her first big meet. Opening up with 92.5, made it move so easy.
Because when you're strong and technically efficient and have really good coaching, you know.
It's a perfect storm, honestly. And yeah, Esperanza, this is her first national level meet, and she's already totaled over the world record in the class. Going to be really just trying to execute on the day, put on a good performance, build momentum leading into, I mean, if she wins her class, she's going to get the world's team spot, given just how far ahead she is. And it's really good that she is on the national stage, trying to put out the good performance, building composure leading into the World Championships, just building more experience, given that the world stage can be very intimidating, especially as a sub-junior lifter. Platform 1, Lauren Jansen, that is a good lift for her. Lauren leads the way in the 52 kilo class.
Next up, platform 1, Caitlin Plourdy.
Platform 1, Caitlin, 65 kilos for her opening attempt. And it's really honestly phenomenal to see these sub-junior lifters, regardless of weight class, opening up. Wow, she made that move very easily, opening up over what we call a plate. Because I remember that being a big milestone, just getting into the gym, trying to hit a plate, 60 kilos if you're in the commercial gym, 45-pound bar on each side. And you see these lifters in high school opening up above that. It's just really cool to see. Because especially as a female lifter, that is a big milestone to hit.
Yes. Anytime I see a female lifter with 45s on each side, I'm like, oh, you lift.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's kind of an indicator of that. Platform 1, again, Lily Wen opening up with 65 kilos. Platform 2, Joshua Miranda, 100 kilos. Moves fairly easy for him, 3 white lights. Wow, very, very easy opener on platform 1. Really just getting on the board there. And that's the thing, too, with the bench press. Given that the load is just the absolute load is a little bit less than it would be in the squat and deadlift. Sometimes you see lifters hit a super fast attempt. You think you can jump 2.5, 5 kilos, and then sometimes it's just a dead stop.
Yes. Yes.
That
You're
could
going to
just be
see that
how
a
it
lot
goes.
today. And you just got to take it for what it is.
And that's why on the bench press, you're going to see a little bit more conservative jumps coming out of these lifters. Platform 2, Daniel Russo. 157.5. Pretty big opener there for a sub-junior lifter, nearly 350 pounds. Platform 1, Isabella Gregory, 70 kilos. A little bit difficult for an opener, but I think she is still, yep, she gets on the board. 3 white lights. And on platform 2, we are opening up with a national record attempt. The battle continues between Jack Reynolds and Dylan Johnson. And if you see, especially coming out of having coaching from Matt Gary, and Jack Reynolds is opening up with a national record attempt, Matt doesn't take that lightly.
No.
He's not going to open you up with a national record attempt unless you're ready for it. So let's see how this moves for him. On platform 1, that was a good lift. Yeah, that was very, very easy. Almost hard to believe that that was a record. 3 white lights is a good lift. Because it can be dicey opening up with a record like that, especially if you're, it could be an indicator that you're getting a little bit too greedy.
Right.
Maybe wanting to secure that record on the opener, and then it might be a little more difficult than you anticipate. But Dylan Johnson now coming out, trying to break the record that Jack Reynolds just set. Kind of the same storyline in the squats. It's going to be a fun battle all the way through. On platform 1, we've got Eleni Guerrera. Crazy to say that she's got international experience already as a sub-junior lifter.
And that's going to help out today.
Yeah, exactly. She's on the vengeance to return to the world stage. Oh, unfortunately, we've got a bench depth call for Eleni. Missed her opening attempt. 2-1, that's a no lift. They could, again, go to the jury, contend with that. I don't see them going, given that Eleni is very ahead in the class, and that opener moved very well. If the opener was a bit slow and she got that call, then maybe they were going to have that conversation. But it moved very fast. They're probably thinking that she can just repeat, make the proper technical adjustments. Platform 2, already on to second attempts. Kayla McCann, 90 kilos for a second attempt. There's strong lifting coming out of these sub-juniors.
And she's very technically efficient as well.
Yeah, it's really cool to see these sub-juniors be so technically efficient. A good example on platform 1 from Stella.
Because typically that's what holds you back in the beginning. Because the strength is going to exponentially.
You're not as technically sound. You're not as maybe comfortable with how your body moves. So it's just very cool to see. I think the standard really raising across the board in the whole sport, and that kind of trickles down to the sub-juniors. We're seeing more of them have this technical execution and just executing on the platform as well, not missing as many lifts.
We see Jaden with a 2.5 kilo jump, which is the minimum jump you can make, 5 pounds.
Yeah, again, that's going to be a lot more common in the bench press.
And it doesn't sound like a lot, but 5 pounds still is a lot.
It feels like a lot when the weight is over your chest. It can be relatively a much bigger percentage of the weight than compared to the squat and deadlift.
That's the platform 1, Lee.
Platform 2, Esperanza Delgado, going to come out to 100 kilos.
7.5 kilo jump on a bench press.
Yeah, and her opener moved pretty well.
Yes.
We'll still see how she handles this, but she's the heavy favorite in the class. Platform 1, Lainey Booley, 50 kilos on the bar for her. Another lifter taking that minimum 2.5 kilo jump.
Yes.
Yeah, and it looked like the right call there.
Very
Probably just going to take another 2.5 to her third.
Build a total.
Next up, platform 1.
Oh,
wow, moved really well.
Second attempt.
And that was a meet PR for her as well. That's the thing, on these sub-junior lifters, you're just going to see them make so much progress. Really exciting to see, like, a star come into its own. Platform 1, J. Anna Spears, 5-kilo jump to 50 kilos. A little bit sticky, but
yeah.
she's able to get it.
I expect
Should be
she'd
able to
take
get
the
it.
2.5-kilo
Oh,
jump.
unfortunately, no lift.
Hmm.
Yellow cards. Probably either for her
Next up,
feet lifting off the ground or her butt lifting off the bench. Something that it's going to be difficult for us to see from this front view. Probably going to repeat that, I would assume.
Yes.
Given that it was a little difficult. Platform 2, John Gabriel. 105 kilos goes for him. 3 white lights. Platform 1, Trinity. 52.5 kilos for her second attempt. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift
Yes.
for Trinity.
I've seen this before. You'll see a lifter miss on strength like that, and then they readjust for their next attempt and they kill it. So I have faith that she's going to come back and
Yeah, it's always difficult mentally missing, especially a second attempt, and having to kind of talk to yourself mentally, kind of convince yourself that you can come out and hit it on your third. I guess as a handler, I would just say that this has been done before. I've seen
Right.
it time and time
Yep.
again, where it seems like there's no way someone could get a lift. They come back, miraculously hit it. Could have been a bit of a missed groove, too, that we couldn't see. Platform 2, that was a good lift for Micah. Oh, bit of a grind there on the one
a
from Lauren
grind. It's a
Jampson.
2.5-kilo jump. you
Yeah,
know.
again, and that's kind of a situation where you're like, ooh, good thing we took just the
Right.
2.5-kilo jump.
Yeah.
Platform 2, Joshua Miranda.
She may scratch her third, or she may just give it an honest try.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, with the bench press. Sometimes you see lifters just come out and try it for their third. It's not a lift that is as taxing as the squat or deadlift. Oh, platform 2, that was going to be a... Maybe they just had the name wrong. Not exactly sure. Or that lifter might have timed out.
Yeah, he may go to the jury and see what's going on with that one, because he seemed a bit confused about what's going on.
Yeah. But as a reminder, each lifter is going to have 1 minute from the time that the chief referee calls bars loaded until they get the start command.
For any newer lifters out there competing, you always want to check your bar before you go up to it. You want to check the name. Just, double check to see you're lifting the right weight, because sometimes we do get it wrong, So just make sure
Yeah,
you're
mistakes
up.
happen. These spotters are moving so fast, and sometimes those mistakes just happen. Platform 1, Lily Wren moves 72.5 with ease. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Daniel Russo. I mean, this is a really strong
Yeah,
bench,
very strong bench.
167.5. I mean, Jack Reynolds opened up with the national record at 168, so getting kind of close to that. Daniel Russo, really the solid favorite for third place in the 83-kilo class. Platform 1, Barbara Lopez, our favorite in the 63-kilo class, taking a 2.5-kilo jump to 72.5. Did pretty good. I expect another 2.5-kilo jump. Platform 2, we've got another national record coming out of Jack Reynolds, 175. Interesting that he took a chip on his opening attempt with 168, but then decided not to on his second attempt. Maybe a decision that, he sees that his competitor, Dylan Johnson, hasn't been taking chips. And he's already got a chip in the squat as well. And he moved that well, 175.
Very well.
That's a new national record. Now we see Dylan Johnson, his direct competitor, and we can kind of compare speeds here. I mean, they are neck and neck all across the lifts. Dylan Johnson taking 175. Now, this is not going to be a national record. Given that Jack Reynolds just hit 175, Dylan Johnson would have had to put on 175.5. So this is just going to match the record with Jack. Platform 1, Isabella Gregory, 75 kilos.
No.
Oh, man.
Dylan.
Dylan. 5-kilo jump, and it looks like too much. I mean, his opener moved pretty well. Could have been just some sort of misgroove there, but again, if Dylan misses that on his third, that is pivotal, whereas Jack hasn't missed a lift yet. is putting on 180.5 kilos for his third attempt, while Dylan, I imagine, is going to just repeat that.
Yes.
And you kind of see the battle unfolding where Jack is kind of building that really strong moment. And that's just the importance of putting on attempts on the bar that you know you can hit, executing throughout the day. Now, Eleni on platform 1, Mr. Opener based on bench depth.
Let's see if she gets it.
Deep enough.
2
There
to
it
1.
is, 2 to 1. She's on the board. Platform 2, Kaylin McCann, 95 kilos, over 200 pounds. 3 white lights, good lift for her.
Today is a perfect example of attempt selection matters. Attempt selection matters. If you're trying to be the best, you're trying to win the meet, especially a national level meet, attempt selection matters.
Yep, I mean, that's going to, I mean, I sound like a broken record of saying it time and time again, but that's really just going to have how you're going to build the best total possible in order to contend with your fellow competitors. Platform 1, Stella, 85 kilos for her second attempt.
Ooh, that was great.
Moved it really, really well.
Good job, Stella.
3 white lights, it's a good lift. Yeah, Stella is our favorite to win in the 69 kilo class. I mean, given that she squatted a national record too, 163 kilos. Phenomenal lifting just across the board here.
That's a platform 3. Esperanza Delgado.
Platform 1, J. Anna Spears, retaking 50 kilos. I believe she just missed this based on strength. See if she can get it on her third. Fortunately, just a little bit too much today. But again, walks away with her opening attempt. Maybe didn't have the best bench event, but she walks away with her opener. Isn't going to risk bombing out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now Esperanza on 2, 105 kilos, 230 pounds from a sub-junior lifter. Yeah, it's just insane to see.
That's a platform 1.
This is her first time on the national stage.
Wow. Oh, yes.
I almost thought it was going to just fall off her chest, but she can fight through that
man,
sticking point.
she's so great.
The fight comes, and she's ready for it. She stays composed.
And she's happy.
Yeah, of course. She's having fun, building momentum, leading into deadlifts. Hasn't missed a lift yet. On 1, that's going to be a no lift for Trinity. Walks away with her opener.
Yep. I love to see lifters happy and appreciative and grateful, you know.
Yeah, and it kind of shows in your lifting, too. If you're a lifter having fun throughout the day, then likely it's going to reflect in your attempts.
Yep. Strong bench for John.
Yep, 3 white lights. Platform 1, Jaden Corpus, 52.5 kilos for her third attempt.
Very good.
Yeah, really solid call there.
She handled that 5 kilo jump very well.
3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Micah took a pretty big jump, 10 kilos to his second attempt. Now just jumping the minimum 2.5.
Platform 1, we have Laney Lee.
Platform 1, Laney Booley, 5 kilo jump to 55 kilos. Oh, wow. Hits about 5 different sticking points, but fights through it. See what the judges say on that. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Got a blue card, lucky for up and down motion.
Over on platform 1, Lauren Jansen.
Platform 2, Joshua Miranda, retaking 112.5. Now, I believe he just missed this based on strength, which is, again, one of the dicey propositions that you take by having such big jumps. I mean, 12.5 kilos, especially in the bench press. Hopefully he can get this on his third. Platform 1, Lauren Jansen, our favorite in the 52 kilo class.
Oh, come on, yes.
He's composed.
Let's
He's
see,
ready
let's
for the
see.
fight. I think he's got it.
Oh,
2 to 1,
yes,
it's a good lift.
He needed that.
Yeah, I mean, 12.5 kilos, that's got to feel good to be able to add that to your total.
Next up, platform 1, Caitlin.
Platform 1, Caitlin, retaking 70 kilos for her third and final attempt. Platform 2, Daniel Russo, getting set up with 172.5 kilos, just 2.5 kilos under the national record attempt that Jack Reynolds just hit. Strong benching out of Daniel. Oh my gosh, he's still fighting with it. Just a little too much on the day. Didn't lose too many kilos there. I mean, he took a 5-kilo jump. Maybe the proper call would have been 2.5. So not too big of a deal. Barbara Lopez really had a scare in the squat event, being forced to hit her 3rd attempt squat to stay in the meet, having a much better bench session. See if she can go 3 for 3. Unfortunately,
Just not there.
just not there. Again, they did just take that minimum
Yeah.
2.5-kilo jump. So
Execution.
you didn't leave any kilos left on the platform. Now on platform 2, in this 83-kilo battle, Dylan Johnson. Oh, wow.
Okay,
Likes
okay.
through it, gets 175. See what the judges say on bench depth. Through
He
right
got
legs,
it.
it's a good lift.
He needed that.
Pivotal, yeah,
Yes.
really he needed those extra 5 kilos. Kind of to stay in the hunt between him and Jack Reynolds. But now Jack is going to try to add 5.5 kilos to his total here.
With a chip?
180.5 with the chip, yep. Matt Gary knows all the chip rules. Going to be trying to pick up another chip. They already got a chip on the squat. Platform 1, that's a no lift. Yeah, I mean, this is like 397 pounds from a sub-junior lifter. Really phenomenal to see.
Oh,
Had that
yeah.
sickle style.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
so
moved
beautiful.
Good. That was the perfect
So
call.
beautiful. With some in the tank. Look at him. He's ready. Yes, swagger.
Yeah, he's putting on a show out here. Has some good coaching behind him. Came in ready for the battle. Hasn't
yeah.
missed a lift yet. And I mean, that really goes to show, again, the importance of attempt selection. He hasn't missed a lift yet. That's going to do wonders for the
confidence,
mindset. Yeah, for the
yes.
confidence in the lifter, knowing that, hey, I feel strong today.
Yes.
I'm ready for this battle.
Because it's all about confidence and swagger. You know, it shows through your lifting.
Platform 1, Isabella tries to fight through with 77.5, just not there today. No lift. Warren on platform 2, opening up with 60 kilos. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a squat in. He was our first bomb out of the day. But I'm glad he's coming out and still going to bench. Really just trying to turn the day around. Platform 1, Eleni Guerrera, our returning silver medalist from the World Championships. Trying to pick up another national title. 82.5 kilos. It moves for her. Gotta wait to see what the judges say, especially on that bench depth. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. Picks up those extra 5 kilos, building that momentum. I mean, she's the favorite in the class. And we are in for a treat with her deadlifts. She has deadlifted over 400 pounds in
Okay.
the gym. Gonna be really exciting to see that. Platform 2, we're on to flight B as Kyler opens up with 80 kilos. Platform 1, Stella, our favorite in the 69-kilo class, already squatted a national record. Trying to pick up these extra 5 kilos in the bench, 90 kilos on the bar for her 3rd and final attempt.
198 pounds for a sub-junior. That's a great bench. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that
Beautiful.
was a solid 3rd attempt. And again, so technically sound despite being so young. 3 white lights is a good lift. And I think that really goes to show when you see lifters who are that technically sound, like how much they prepared for this. Because it takes a lot, especially in the bench. And I mean, every lift across the board, it takes a lot to build your technique. It takes years and years to do.
And some of them don't even know how strong they are. They have no like perception of like that 198 is really good.
Platform 2, Tristan opening up with 87.5 kilos. Move like an opener should. We are on to flight B on both platforms. Charles on platform 1, opening up with 75 kilos. Jay Banks Hawkins on platform 2, coming out to 92.5 kilos for his opening attempt. move very well. Again, on these opening attempts, we're not really expecting any major fireworks, major grinders. Of course, it happens sometimes, but we're just looking for easy lifts to get these lifters on the board.
Yeah, we want the openers to be boring.
Yeah.
Nothing to see
Exactly.
here. Just setting the tone for the rest of the session.
Colin on platform 1, 80 kilos. Again, pretty easy attempt. Move like an opener should, 3 white lights. Platform 2, David Gutierrez. One of the lifters in the hunt now. During squats, it looks like, oh, let's see what happened there. Had a little bit of a mishap, but then corrects it, gets the start command. Still moves the weight fairly well, and that goes to show the importance of having an opener in that you can hit no matter what.
Next up on platform 3.
Platform 1, Masato, 82.5 kilos for his opening attempt.
He went 3 for 3 on squats. Let's see if he could continue that momentum. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, starting off strong in the bench press. 3 white lights, good lift. Platform 2, Oliver, opening up with 100 kilos. Now, again, if as a reminder, we had Noah Ralston in the 74 kilo division, missed his second and third squat, really opening the door for lifters like Oliver to come in and potentially walk away with the title or a podium position. And he starts off strong with 100 kilos.
So this is the time for Noah to just leave squats where they are.
Oh, yeah.
Let's focus on bench.
Platform 1, Noah Aussie, 85 kilos for his opening attempt.
Strong opener.
Yeah, moved very well.
Now we have to take some smart attempt selections and build that total.
There we go. Platform 2, we had to correct who was coming out. But Arzad onto 100 kilos for his opening attempt. Now with Noah Ralston missing his squats, Arzad kind of our favorite to potentially pull off the win against Noah.
He's building momentum. That was a fast opener.
Platform 1, Nick Lowry, 90 kilos for his opening attempt.
Oh,
Yeah, we both had that sigh. I think he knows it too, that he jumped that press command. Now, I'll be interested to see what he does, given that he is kind of in the hunt for a battle between him, Noah Aussie, and Angel.
It's important for him to repeat that opener. It's very important. He missed his last 2 squats, so wrist is off right now.
Yeah, completely agree. Especially with these lifters who just don't have as much experience. The composure is going to be tough when you miss an opener on on a technical issue like jumping a command, but you could go up, and especially in the bench press, it's so dicey to go up anyways.
Noah Ralston.
Now, platform 1, we can see Nick and Noah's direct competitor in the 59 kilo class, 90 kilos on the bar for his opening attempt. Platform 2, Noah Ralston, who was leading the day in the squats, but again, missed his last 2 squats, is really going to need to execute from here on out, staying in the hunt to walk away with the national title.
Very strong opener for Noah.
Yeah, starting off strong. Again, just going to want to build back the momentum that he potentially lost in the squat event. And like you said, you've got to leave the past behind you, essentially. You've got to not think about squats. I mean, that could ruin your whole day if you start to get in your head, overthinking, dang, I'm out of it. I missed my, it's not over yet. You've got to just keep going on with the day. Platform 1, Dan, 90 kilos, moves very, very easily. Very comfortable for his opening attempt. Platform 2, Adam Olson, 120 kilos for his opening attempt. A little bit sticky for an opener, but I didn't have a doubt. He was, unfortunately, no lift to the 1. yellow cards.
Canova.
Both judges probably saw the same thing, perhaps jumping a command or his foot lifting off the ground. But on platform 1, we've got Aiden Roche. Easy opening attempt
Yes.
from him.
Aiden is 4 for 4 for today so far, so he's building some nice momentum.
Platform 2, Marcus Canova, 122.5. In the hunt for potentially a top 5 position, maybe even top 3 if these other lifters start to slip up in the 74 kilo class. Yeah, very easy there.
Air. Oh, he's fired up. He's ready to he's ready to rock.
Yeah, especially just having the relief of
Yes.
getting that opener in, knowing you can take some jumps from there.
And sometimes your opener moves better than your last warm up. So to see it fly, he's probably like, okay, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're on today. Platform 1, Carter Sanchez, 100 kilos. Bit sticky for the opening attempt, but he should get it. 3 white lights, good lift.
Next up on platform 1, Tyler Goff.
Warren Lee takes a relatively big 7.5 kilo jump, but is able to get that lift. Wasn't able to get in a squat for today, but hopefully he can go. I mean, he's already gone 2 for 3 in the bench press. Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, our favorite in the 66 kilo class, only with 115.
Next on platform 3, we have Kyler Ramsey.
3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Kyler, 87.5 for his second attempt.
Next up on platform
3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 1, Charles, 82.5 for his second attempt.
Next up on platform 3, Tristan Stoll.
Platform 1, Charles, setting up with 82.5 kilos. Likely looking at the top 5 position in the 59 kilo class. Unfortunately,
It could be the size of the jump. That's a pretty
that's
good
what I
jump.
was about to say. I mean, for bench press, especially at that weight level,
Yes.
under 90 kilos, 7.5 is quite a big jump. On paper, it doesn't seem like a big jump, given that you typically take those kinds of jumps and more in the squat and deadlift. But again, you've got to think about percentage
Next
of
up on
the load.
platform 3, Jay Banks Hawkins.
Just sorting out the correct order on platform 1. On platform 2, Jay Banks Hawkins, 100 kilos for his second attempt.
And sometimes if the opener is too light, it could give you a false sense of confidence.
Next up on platform
Yeah, especially in the bench
1,
press.
Colin Fahey.
See how Jay Banks handles this 7.5 kilo jump.
Oh yeah, easy work for him.
Yeah, fairly well.
He's a little heavier lifter compared to the lifter we just seen, 74
Yeah,
kilos.
you've got to think about that too. I mean, a 59 kilo lifter, 7.5 kilos would be a larger percentage
Yep.
of your body weight, and you are holding this weight literally above your chest. It feels heavy. Platform 1, that was a good lift for Colin. Platform 2, David, 102.5 for his second attempt.
Next up on platform 1,
Moved fairly well.
Cecile.
Good lift. Platform 1, Masado, 5 kilo jump to 87.5.
He's been making some nice, simple, easy jumps. So he's building momentum. He's 5 for 5. 4 for 4, sorry. Let's see if he's gonna get this one.
Let's see if he can go 5 for 5.
Yes. Oh yeah. Thank you for
Yeah,
not
that
letting me
moved
down.
well. And yeah, I mean, this is only a second meet, so really executing on the day, despite the fact. Arzad on platform 2, 5 kilo jump. He's our lifter who is really in the hunt for the national title. Between him, Noah Ralston, David Gutierrez. It's going to be tight. It's going to come down the last deadlift.
This is a fun session.
Yeah, and it's crazy to say that even in the sub-junior session, there's battles across the board. Just really going to show the growth of the sport.
You know, we seen
the growth of the talent pool, you know. We're just such an exciting time for powerlifting right now. Platform 1, Noah Aussie, 90 kilos for his second attempt. And again, another battle here in the 59 kilo class. Noah's right in the hunt, trying to add every kilo he can to his total. Now for Noah, I would probably, that's a good lift. Yep, I was about to say, probably a 2.5 kilo jump. Platform 2, Oliver, 110 kilos for his second attempt.
All right, Nick, this is your time to shine, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about. He missed his opening attempt based on, I remember, it was based on yellow cards. And no, it wasn't strength.
Wait, the command.
Yep, he jumped the command, and that is why they decided to go up anyways by 5 kilos. See how he handles this.
Come on, Nick. We need this.
And this could be a decision just because he is in that hunt in the 59 kilo
and
battle.
He's probably hit 95 kilos before.
Yeah, I mean, his opener didn't move slow. It just, he had the mishap with the press command.
Yes.
There it is. There it is.
All right, let's see those lights.
There we go.
All right.
Big sigh of relief there.
Let's go, Nick. The risk paid off.
Yeah, and you've seen so many times where the risk did not pay off. So big sigh of relief from the lifter and also from the handler there.
I'm sure the handler was nervous.
Yeah, especially having to make that decision of whether you repeat the opener and kind of, you know,
lose the opportunity to gain those kilos.
Yeah, exactly. Platform 1, Angel, our lifter in that hunt, in the 59 kilo battle, trying to add 5 kilos to his total here, keeping up with Nick Lowry and Noah Aussie. Platform 2, Adam Olsen, 120 kilos, missed this on his opening attempt. He got yellow cards from both side referees, so I think that was the lift where we weren't quite sure what happened. Perhaps he jumped a command or had his foot lift off the ground. On platform 1, that was a good lift. There we go. 3 white lights. It's on the board.
I think that was a very good call for them to retake that attempt because it was a little slow.
Yep, it moved a little bit slower than his opener, maybe given that he made the proper technical adjustments. So, yeah, I really like that call to just repeat it, get it on the board. Now, platform 1, Dan in the 66 kilo class taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 97.5. Platform 2, Noah Ralston moved well on 1.
It was a very good bench by Dan.
Yeah, 3 white lights. Platform 2, Noah. Again, another lift that moved fairly well. Noah in the hunt in that 74 kilo battle. 2 to 1, that's a good lift.
No, you just got to build the total. That's it. Just build the total.
Yeah, and I mean, he's been executing so far. Given that he didn't have the best squad event, he's already gone 2 for 3 in the bench, already turned that around. Just going to want to make the proper call for his third attempt bench to build the total as much as he can. Platform 1, Aiden Roche, 105 kilos.
If you're noticing the difference in the press commands, the head referee is waiting for the bar to become completely motionless before giving the press command. So each one, there's not a set time limit for the press command. So it can vary from lifter to lifter.
Yeah, exactly. And you see some lifters come out and it's a bit wobbly in their chest. They're kind of questioning, hey, why they get such a long press command? That's because, like you said in the rule book, that press command comes when the bar is motionless. So that could be just half a second, or it can end up being 3 seconds.
So it's very important as a lifter that you practice long press commands, just so you're ready for those moments if they do come.
Of course. Platform 1, Carter Sanchez, 105 kilos for his second attempt. The fight comes.
Oh, good. Fight. You got it, boy.
I didn't want to say it too early. He's able to fight through that sticking point.
I have faith in him.
I had faith in him, too.
Let's see if we get those lights.
There we go. 3 white lights.
2.5 kilos.
Yep, 2.5 kilos. sometimes in bench, you take your second attempt, and it's not a hard job as a handler. You say, all right, we're going 2.5 kilos.
And that would be a great time to have a chip, you know.
Yeah.
And you could do a half a kilo.
Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, taking that minimum 2.5 kilo jump. I mean, he's forecasted well ahead in the class. Not risking anything here. The guy's opener in, but just trying to build up the best total he can, trying to make a case to get on that national team spot. I think they're going to go 2.5 from there. Yeah, he was able to fight through it. 3 white lights, good lift, and that's kind of why they took that minimum 2.5 kilo jump. Probably just took that opener, said, hey, let's be honest with ourselves. We don't have to take 5.
Exactly.
And he could train like that, too, where he wants to hit his opener in second attempt very close to his top end. To kind of, I've experienced that before, where I take something relatively close to the top end, just wanting to feel it out. And it also takes a lot of confidence, too, as a lifter, to be confident enough to take a little bit larger jumps.
Not every lifter's goal today is going to be the same.
Of course, These lifters are all individual, all coming in with their own goals. Some of them, it's just their first time on the national stage. They're just going to want to put up the best performance they can. Some others are in the hunt for a title.
Exactly.
Good fight on one. Wow.
Yes, very strong. Let's see what those
so
judges say.
satisfying to hit that on your third
yes,
attempt.
he's
3 white
happy.
lights,
Yes.
very, very satisfying. I mean, I don't think he had a kilo left
No.
there.
But to miss it on your second, to come back on your third and get it.
That's very satisfying. Platform 2 for Tristan. That was a good lift, going 3 for 3 on the day. Platform 1, Colin, 90 kilos for his third and final bench attempt.
All right, Colin.
Colin's got the experience of the national stage already, having placed bronze before.
Fight.
Ready for the fight, still going with it. His whole body was shaking. Fortunately, it's going to be a no lift.
And that was a good third attempt for Jay Banks on platform 2. He's 6 for 6 for the day.
Platform 1, Noah Aussie, 92.5. One of our lifters in the hunt for that 59 kilo battle. I mean, Noah is currently forecasted in 3rd place, and the spread between him and 1st place is just 2.5 kilos.
Azad has been very impressive today.
Yeah, I mean, 6 for 6 thus far. Really, really building that momentum in the deadlifts, given that he is so close to Noah Ralston, given that Noah, again, don't want to harp on it, but he missed his second and third attempt squats. Really a pivotal miss there, swinging open the door for Arzad to possibly come in and take that. And they're opening on the exact same deadlift as well, so it's going to be really tight between them come later when they're jockeying around for position. Look how fast those spotters are on one.
So Noah scratched his third attempt, looks like.
Got it. Yeah, and that's a decision that you have to make. As a coach, you have to talk to your lifters, say, hey, sometimes you have to be honest with yourself, saying, there's no way I'm going to get that on my third. Might as well save the energy.
Yep. Save your back for deadlifts. And your mental confidence, you know.
Yeah, just the mental aspect of coming out and missing a lift. And if you hit your second, it's a grinder. You know it's not going to go. Then it could be a really good decision to just scratch it.
And just get the extra rest time.
Oh, yeah, especially given that these flights are going so fast. Platform 1, really great fight there from Masato. 92.5. Great call. 3 white lights. Good lift.
And he's 6 for 6 for the day.
Platform 2, Oliver Pullman, trying to add 5 kilos to his total. Now, Arzad and Noah lead the way in the 74 kilo battle, but Oliver's right behind. These extra 5 kilos could be pivotal.
Yes.
Wow. And they moved so well, like a second, even opener.
He's like, Coach, I told you I had more.
Yeah, exactly. And he is definitely has saved a lot of energy by not having to grind out the bench, potentially get a cramp in his back, like you said.
It just shows you he's just getting started.
Platform 1, Angel, trying to go 6 for 6, 97.5. Trying to build the best total he
Oh,
can
yeah.
to contend in the 59-kilo battle. That is a 2-to-1 good lift. I believe the chief referee thought that he jumped the press command. The other 2 referees thought that it was close enough to give that white light, and he gets that lift.
That was a no lift for Weston on platform 2.
Next up on platform 3, Adam Olsen.
Platform 1, Nick Lowry, 100 kilos for his final attempt. Missed his opener based on that command, opted to go up anyways. The risk paid off. Now we can make some moves here, trying to add another 5 kilos. Adam Olsen on 2, 127.5.
Just too much.
Just too much. Again, that situation where that second attempt moves well, you're thinking, hey, 5 kilos, sometimes it's really just not there.
Yeah. And I thought 5 kilos as well, so it wasn't a bad attempt selection.
Yes.
It's just bench.
Bench is difficult like that, yep. On platform 2, that was a good lift from Adam. And again, way to come back for Adam. I mean, missing his opener, coming back and hitting it, then adding another 7.5 kilos there. Platform 1, Dan. Took 7.5 kilo jumps across the board, 105 kilos.
Platform 2, Noah Ralston.
Yeah, really good call there for Dan on platform 1.
Some sizable jumps too, and he handled them very well.
Yeah, exactly. Noah Ralston really turning around the day from his squat event, going 3 for 3 in the bench press, trying to build back that momentum.
Oh yeah, and it will help. It will help.
Yeah, and he's really going to be in a tight battle there with Arzad, among other lifters in the 74-kilo battle. Aiden Roche on platform 1, 107.5, taking the minimum 2.5 kilo jump here. See, that was one example where it was a little bit of a longer press command, but that was because the chief referee was waiting for it to be motionless. Yeah, he's fired up there. I mean, Aiden, phenomenal lifting throughout the day. Hasn't missed a lift yet.
6 for 6.
Platform 1, Carter Sanchez.
Platform 2, Marcus, 135, just under 300 pounds for his 3rd and final attempt. That's a good lift, 3 white lights.
All right, that concludes action on platform 2.
We are done with bench on platform 2, but I've got a couple lifters left in platform 1.
Then we're headed to our 10-minute break.
We have Carter with a 2.5 kilo jump, so very modest.
That's probably why they took that
Yeah,
2.5
just
kilo
what's in
jump. Is what it is.
Can't be mad about that.
Next up on platform 1, Tyler Dion.
Platform 1, our last bench of this first session, day 2. Tyler DeHoff, our leader in the 66-kilo class, taking the minimum 2.5 kilo jump to 120.
Just building his total.
Yeah, exactly, especially given how they are doing the world's team spots this year. Based off good lift points, Tyler so ahead in the class, doesn't have to worry about the battle, just trying to put up the best total.
There you go. Yes. Very smart call.
Yeah, that was a really solid 3rd attempt bench press there. 3 white lights, that's a good lift.
You take what the day gives you and you just move on.
Yeah, exactly. And that concludes the action on both platforms in the bench press. You are not going to want to go anywhere because a lot of lifters and coaches say that the meet doesn't start till the bar hits the floor.
That's right.
And it's really going to be a fun session. I mean, we have already been calling these battles across the board. And the deadlifts are where the positionings are decided. You're going to see some attempt changes. You're going to see some pulls for the win. It's going to be really fun. Don't go anywhere. We will see you in 10 short minutes for the deadlifts at Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. We'll see you then. Welcome back to 2024 Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. This is session 1 of day 2 of the championships. We have got all this sub-junior in the female side, 43 through 76 kilo weight class. On the male side, 53 through 83 kilo weight class. We're going to get started in just a few seconds on both platforms. The last event of the day,
Yes.
deciding positioning. It's going to be a fun time.
So if you thought a team selection mattered before, it's really
Think
going to
about
matter
now.
right now.
Exactly. Just because, I mean, this is where the totals are decided. I mean, these lifters coming out right now, as long as they got a squat and bench in, they are solidifying their total. And if it's a close battle, that attempt selection, even down to your openers, your second attempts, really going to matter. Platform 1, bit of a fight for Trinity for her opening attempt. 100 kilos, gets it in, 3 white lights, good lift. Derek Lee on platform 2, 145 for his opening attempt. Easy,
Yes.
solidifying that total. Platform 1, J. Anna Spears. Another little bit of sticky opener, 105 kilos.
And this meet is going very fast.
Yeah, a lot of these lifters, they might not be used to the speed of which the spotters are going, how shorter the flights are. And yeah, it's something that you've got to learn to adapt to on the day, especially if you end up making it to the world stage, especially some of these lifters maybe years down the future make it to the open world stage where they fly, and those flights, they go fast. As an athlete, you've got to be adaptable to the circumstances of the day.
Easy open for Kaylin.
Yeah, she's strong, 177.5.
Yeah, she is strong.
Platform 1, Lainey Booley, 112.5 for her opening attempt. 3 white lights, it's a good lift. Platform 2, Esperanza Delgado, having some phenomenal lifting on the day thus far, opening up with 177.5. This is going to give her a 477.5 kilo total.
Easy work.
Yeah, really a star in the making here. I mean, the total world record is, you know what, she just unofficially broke the total world record.
No big deal.
No
Just-
big deal, just with her opening deadlift.
Nothing
Really
to
going
see
to
here.
push that. I mean, probably going to go into perhaps the 490s on the total. With her opener, she just totaled 477.5. Phenomenal lifting here from the sub-junior superstar. Platform 1, Jaden Corpuz, 120 kilos. Platform 2, Micah Crone, 185 kilos.
And this is a sport, you only get better with time.
Yeah, with more experience in the game, especially we've said it time and time again, these lifters are sub-juniors. They're so young. Only been in the sport for likely less than a year, 1 year, maybe 2 years for the more experienced competitors, but not long at all. Platform 2, John Gabriel, setting up with 187.5. Easy work there. Isabella Gregory, platform 1, 120 kilos.
Big push, big push, big push, push. There you go.
Yeah, a bit of work at the bottom. Typically you see that a little more with sumo, where you're going to have to stay patient at the bottom. But she gets that on the board, 3 white lights. And again, with all of these lifters, as long as they made a squat and bench with their opening deadlift, they are solidifying a total in the meets.
It's all about staying patient in sumo.
Daniel Russo, 230 kilos. Easy work for him. 3 white lights, good lift. Lauren Jansen, 125 kilos in the 52 kilo class. This is going to give her a 307.5 kilo total.
Yep, she's in the meet.
Next up on platform 3, Joshua.
Yeah, that puts her about 15 kilos ahead of the next lifter. So if Lauren were to start slipping up, that could open the door. As long as she continues to execute, she should become the national champion.
So on platform 1,
Stella Tintari, another lifter who, I mean, 140 kilos, 308 pounds. Very much ahead in the 69 kilo class.
She's been very impressive all day.
Yeah, I mean, with that national record attempt. And with that deadlift, she secured her total and also that national record. Platform 2, that was a good, oh, excuse me, that was a no lift from Joshua Miranda. Actually missed what that was for. He might have dropped the bar, potentially, or jumped the command. Barbara Lopez, platform 1, 147.5 kilos for opening attempt. That's a 63 kilo sub junior. Solid opener. Now on platform 2, we've got this 83 kilo battle developing as Dylan Johnson opens up with 265.
Solid opener.
Yeah, moves solid. It wasn't the fastest opener ever, but it was still pretty solid. That gives him a 715 kilo total. And Jack Reynolds is going to come out as a sub-junior lifter, like 83 kilos. Really phenomenal. Lily went on platform 1, good lift with 150 kilos. Now Jack Reynolds, Dylan Johnson's direct competitor, being coached by Matt Gary, 275. He is fired up. This is going to give him a 731 kilo total.
We need him to execute here. He's been doing it all day, but you want to control that excitement.
Exactly. Oh, exactly what you're talking about. It's almost like you predicted it. I mean, yep, at the top, Jack Reynolds not able to fully lock that out.
I think it's a byproduct of just seeing that finish line so close. You know, he's hungry, he's young, he wants it, but you have to control those emotions.
Wow, and on platform 1, just exciting lifting across the board on both platforms. Eleni Gruyera opening up with a national record, 173, and it moved like an opener should. Sometimes you see lifters opening up with records and it might be a little bit too ambitious, but for Eleni, she's been making some great progress in the gym. Really strong favorite in that 57 kilo class, perhaps to go on to win the world title. I mean, that gave her a 403 kilo total, while the world record currently stands at 409.5.
Okay.
Phenomenal lifting on the day. And yep, Jack Reynolds has opted to repeat that opener.
Smart.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call. I mean, Dylan Johnson jumped 10 kilos, but even so, if Jack is able to get in that opener, he will still lead after the second attempts. And both those lifters, I mean, Dylan Johnson has already unofficially gone over the world record in the class, currently at 708 kilos. And Jack, if he comes back and gets that opener, will be at 731. Just showing the caliber of lifting we've got here. Platform 1, J. Anna Spears, 110 kilos.
There you go.
Yeah, and I remember that's where her sticking point was on her opener.
I think some of these lifters are just a big gas. It's not even an attempt selection issue. They're just gas.
Yeah, I mean, we only started about 2 hours ago. We're already almost done with deadlifts for flight A. For Kaylin, unfortunately, that was a no lift.
That's her first miss of the day.
Yeah, I mean, she's been having some phenomenal lifting so far. We'll have to see if she's able to come back, hit that. And it might be difficult given the short turnaround time. Now, Esperanza Delgado already unofficially broke the world record on her opener, trying to add 10 kilos. This is going to give her a 487.5 kilo total, approaching the 500 kilo mark as a sub-junior.
Yep.
Yeah,
as long as she stays patient in that lockout position, I mean, she's still got a lot more kilos to go.
Good lift on 1, good lift on 2. And yeah, that's something as well that you've got to teach in these younger lifters, that you have to stay patient throughout the lifts.
Yep.
And it can be difficult. I mean, you're coming out, you're wanting to move that deadlift or the squat as fast as possible, but sometimes that doesn't lean well into having just good, solid technique.
Exactly.
But yeah, Esperanza, I mean, the first national championship, she already looks so technically sound. Micah on 2. Bit of a fight with his second attempt, 192.5, but there it is. It's a good lift. Platform 1, Caitlin, 127.5.
Next up on platform 3,
Strong second attempt for Caitlin.
Yeah, very solid second attempt. That'll give her a big milestone, 300 kilo total.
I'm thinking 2.5, 5 kilos on that, though. That's just
I
in on a
think
good note.
Next up on platform 1, Shaden Corpus.
Platform 2, John Gabriel really smokes that second attempt, 197.5.
John has been solid all day. He missed his opener, but after that, he was smooth sailing.
Next up on
Platform 1, Jaden with 127.5. Just a bit of work at lockout. But again, these second attempts, you're expecting them to be more difficult than
Yeah.
the openers, but trying not to go all out on your second attempts. Leave some room. Daniel Russo, 255 kilos for his second attempt. He's in that 83 kilo division. Not going to be contending with Dylan or Jack, but still really great lifting out of the day from him. 255 kilos, that's a strong deadlift, moving well. That's a good lift. Isabella Gregory on 127.5 for her second attempt.
So Joshua misses opener, and he's opted to go up 7.5 kilos. So let's see.
Let's see how it goes. It's dicey. Now, if I remember correctly, he missed his opener. It wasn't a strength. I think it might have been a jump command, or we were kind of questioning what it was, given that it was yellow cards. So yeah, let's see how he moves this.
Next up on platform.
Oh.
Lauren
And yep, that's the dicey proposition with missing an attempt, going up anyways.
Yes.
Especially as a handler, you really have to consider the tight turnaround time.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like we just saw Jack Reynolds, who's going to be coming out. And that's why I like Jack Reynolds' decision too. Even though his opener moved well, he had that bobble at the top. I really like the decision here to just repeat it. Given the tight turnaround time, it could gas
settle
him.
in.
Lauren Jansen adds 10 kilos to her total.
Execute here, Jack.
Now let's see Jack get this. This could have been 731
There you
total.
go.
There he
Yes.
is. There it is.
Very good.
I really love the decision there to
Oh,
just
yeah.
repeat, stay safe. 3 white lights, good lift for Jack Reynolds. He's currently at 731. Dylan Johnson, if he gets this next attempt with 275, is going to be at 725 kilos.
Dylan's opener moved very well, so I suspect this to move just as well. As long as he executes, it should be fine.
Platform 1, Stella adds 10 kilos to her total. Yeah, let's see how Dylan moves this. And it's fun in these battles when they are so close on each attempt. You see them go back to back. You can compare
there you
speeds.
go. Ooh.
Oh.
All right,
see
let's
what the
see.
judges say. It was close.
It was close.
I don't know if I would. There it is.
Yeah. It could have went either way.
I would have definitely approached the jury on that, and we see his coach doing so. It was tight. It looked like very, very, if anything, that downward motion at the top, very, very slight. We'll see if they're able to overturn that. On platform 1, Barbara Johnson. Good lift for her. Really turning the day around from her squat attempts. I mean, she's our favorite in the 63 kilo class. Going to be walking away with that national title. Platform 1, really great deadlifting here. Lily Wen, 160 kilos. Going to be walking away with second place, given there's a gap between her and Eleni and a gap between her and third. 160 kilos as a 57 kilo sub-junior. Pretty good deadlift.
There you go. That's strong
Yeah, moved
deadlift.
well.
Very good.
Moved like a second should, not being overzealous. 3 white lights, good lift.
All right, we have a national record attempt on platform
Derek
1.
Lee on platform 2, ending his day with a 165 kilo total.
Oh, yeah. Strong deadlift for Derek.
For Eleni Guerrero.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
make some noise.
Now, Eleni Guerrero has that world stage experience, walking out to break her own national record. And in fact, maybe even more important, this would unofficially cross over the world record total in the class. Currently sitting at 409.5, this would give Eleni a 413 kilo total.
Oh, yeah.
Wow! Over 400 pounds for the 57 kilo sub-junior.
And she has a very good support system here. She's fired up. The crowd's fired up.
Yeah, and I mean, Eleni, before this meet, her best total was 390 kilos.
Oh, I think she missed the down command. Caitlin on platform 2. Yeah, because that was way easier than her second attempt.
Just wasn't able to.
Hold it at the top to get that down command. But like I said, these are these lifters, second, third meet. They're going to learn. They're going to get better.
We are on to third attempts of Flight A on both platforms. Esperanza Delgado already unofficially broke the world record total, now trying to bump it by 5 kilos. This will give her a 492.5 kilo total, while the record is Chloe Nuts sitting at 476.5. She's going to be the strong favorite to come in
Come on,
and
lean
win
back,
worlds.
lean back,
Wow.
lean back.
And it's a
Yes.
good call for her third attempt.
Yes, let's see. Like, yes,
Three
three
white
white
lights.
lights. Great
That's a
job.
good lift for Esperanza, going 9 for 9 on the
She
day.
was
Walking away the national
impressive.
champion. Yeah, that's a star in the making there.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to see the start of it. I mean, this was her first national level event. She's going to go on to Worlds. Surely she's going to be on the Worlds team. Going to be the favorite to win there as well. 492.5. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Platform 1, unfortunately, it's going to be no lift for Jay Anna. Still gets her opener in. On 2, unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Micah.
Next up on platform 3.
Platform 2, John Gabriel, trying to end the day 8 for 9, 207.5 for his final deadlift. This would cross him over the 500 kilo total milestone. Platform 1, Laney Booley, 122.5 for his final attempt. Wow, and that was a pretty easy third attempt for John.
He's been good.
3 white lights, a good lift. Oh, big fight on 1.
Platform 3, Joshua Miranda.
Let's see it.
3
White
white
lights.
lights. Great lift for Laney Booley.
All right, Joshua.
Joshua missed his opening attempt based on some technical issue, went up, ended up failing it on strength.
So he needs this to
He
get a
needs this to
total.
stay in the meet.
Come on. And he's been pretty solid all day. Let's go, Joshua. Execute here. Big push. Just not there.
Just not there. And honestly, that's a little bit of a learning
Yeah.
experience. And I mean,
That's
these
not there.
these lifters are so young. If they stay in the sport, they've got long careers
Oh, yeah.
ahead of them.
Honestly, sometimes bombing out of the meet is the best thing that could happen to you.
Yep, it's a learning experience. I mean, elite level lifters in the game like Taylor Atwood,
Yeah.
Natalie Richards,
Me.
they've bombed out. You, like Sam Calhoun, a
You
lot
know,
of lifters have
it
bombed out.
happens.
Sometimes it's just not
Yeah.
your day.
And it
And it's
changed
a
my
learning
life for the
experience,
better.
like
yeah.
you said, exactly. Daniel Russo smiles at the top. 262.5 for his final attempt deadlift. Really phenomenal lifting from Daniel. Oh, big fight on 1 for Jaden. She's still fighting with that weight.
She wanted that weight. She wanted.
Yeah, she wants
Good
it bad.
fight.
It's not going to go.
I love the heart, though.
Now, Dylan Johnson.
He went up. He
Missed
wants
his
that
second
first
attempt.
place. He
I mean,
wants.
yeah,
he came here to win.
For Dylan Johnson, I honestly think this is the good call. His silver medal isn't going to be threatened. He is going to try to pull. Now, he was pulling after Jack, but now he's going to be pulling before. Jack hit his second attempt deadlift. Dylan is trying to pull over his total. So Jack currently sits at 731 kilos. Jack is trying to pull for a 732.5. Let's see him do it.
Let's go, Jack. Let's go.
Pull
Keep
for the win.
Oh, just not there.
Just not there today. I think it was the proper call. He missed his second attempt. His silver medal wasn't threatened. What
Yeah.
else are you going to do? That means that Jack Reynolds is going to walk away, your national champion. And this deadlift is just going to be for fun.
He still wants this. He wants to hype the crowd up. He wants to show the world what he's about. He's trying to make a statement.
Really making a statement. I mean, both of these lifters, even though Dylan ends up in silver medal, he still unofficially broke the world record total.
Let's go, Jack.
Jack
oh,
Reynolds.
yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yes.
He is your national champion in the 83 kilo sub-junior division. 741 kilos
Oh, that's
for
amazing.
his total.
I would love to see what he could have done if he would have got that opener.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I am so excited to see Jack Reynolds going to go on to be on the national team, going to go on to return to the World Championships, make a case to pick up his first world title. And hey, we'll have to see how the team standing, how the world's team spots shake out. Dylan Johnson could very well be on the team as well. We could be seeing a rematch.
All right, Stella.
Stella in the 69 kilo division,
yeah.
ending off with 155 kilos. Stella, with that deadlift, is going to be your national champion in the 69 kilo division, 408 kilos in the total. Great lifting on the day for her, 8 for 9. Warren Lee, Unfortunately, it's going to be a little too heavy for
Yeah.
his opening attempt. I mean, he already is not going to be able to register a total.
4-3, Kyler Ramsey.
Platform 1, Barbara Lopez, already your 63-kilo national champion, trying to add 7.5 kilos to her total.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What a
Let's
great
see.
deadlift for her.
Ooh.
Oh. Unfortunately, no lift. Gets red cards, indicating that her deadlifts were not, her knees were not fully locked out. They could approach the jury, and I see them doing so. I mean, but she's already going to be your national champion in the 63-kilo division.
She still wants those kilos, though, so she's
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
go fight for
Still
them.
wants to add those kilos to her total. Lily Wen, 57-kilo lifter, 175. I mean, if Eleni were not there, this would be the national record. I remember even just last year at the World Championships, this would be right near the deadlift world record.
Just not there.
Stays patient at the
That
bottom.
was a big jump. That's a 15-kilo jump.
Yeah, I didn't notice that,
And it was a
honestly.
lopsided jump, so she went from 10 kilos to 15 kilos. I don't know the thought process there, but
I guess maybe she already knew she had silver medal locked up.
yeah.
She couldn't go for gold. Eleni Guerrera, already your national champion, trying to go for a 418-kilo total, 188-kilo deadlift. This would be well over the deadlift world record in the class. Currently sitting at 174, trying to hit 188.
Oh, yeah.
Can she lock it out?
Oh, come on.
Keep fighting with it.
Yes.
What a fight for Eleni
Oh,
Guerrera.
yeah, she wanted that. Great execution. Oh.
2-1. Gets blue cards. I would definitely approach the jury, and they're going to. That was close.
Yeah,
I mean, I imagine those blue cards were probably for supporting on the thighs, but still, even if she's not able to get that deadlift, she walks away with a 413-kilo total.
And she's a great sport. She's giving the judges some dap, just showing her appreciation for their service. So it's only the beginning for her.
Yeah, really only the beginning. Again, she was the silver medalist at last year's Worlds. Going to be returning to the stage to try to pick up her first gold medal. Super exciting to see her go all out today. And now we are calming back down as we go to openers for Flight B. Oh, the battles don't stop. We've got a great 59
So we have
kilo.
Oliver that just misses opener at 200 kilos.
Next on platform 1, Aiden Roche.
Once again, it's been a fast day.
It's been a very fast session. And you've got to learn to, I mean, this just, even me, this makes me look at my own training and say, hey, I've got to learn to adapt to those shorter rest times. Aiden Roche has had some phenomenal lifting on the day.
Sometimes you
Opens
have
up
to
at
abandon the
155.
PRs and just take what's there for
Take
the
what's
day.
there for the day. And it's easier said than done.
100%.
Much easier said than done. We've got these goals in mind. You've got these lifts that maybe that you could hit based on your training. But sometimes, I mean, game day is completely different from the platform. Excuse me, from training.
Yeah, because sometimes this could be the lifter's first time traveling to compete.
Exactly. I imagine it's a lot of these lifters. First time on the national stage, first time traveling. Platform 1, Colin opening up with 165. Platform 2, Jay Banks Hawkins, 205 for his opening attempt. Looks like good lifts on both platforms. Yep, good lift on 1, good lift on 2. Opening up strong. And both of the platforms for Flight B didn't have a lot of misses throughout the day. Hopefully they can continue that trend in the deadlifts. Adam Olsen on 2, 210 for his opening attempt. Gets that in, 3 white lights.
Both lifters who missed their openers opted to retake the attempt. Very smart decision
call,
at this point.
Yeah, especially like we've said, the flights are moving so fast.
Risk off, risk off.
We saw that in the first flight. We had a lifter miss their opener on the technicality, go up, and end up missing it on
Yeah.
strength. It's just so dicey. Platform 1, Dan hits 177.5. Good lift. Platform 2, Noah. You kind of see the battle developing. Noah really in the, I mean, it's such a tight battle in the 74 kilo class. That gave Noah a 542.5 kilo total. So after openers, Noah's going to be leading the way, but by a very tight margin. Platform 1, Charles, 182.5 for his opening attempt. Platform 2, Arsad, 210 for his opening attempt, would also give him a 542.5 kilo
Very
total.
strong opener for
Wow,
Charles.
and then moved very well. I mean, he's got a lot of room to grow
Oh, yeah.
there.
Both lifters, Charles and Azad.
Yeah, and that actually puts Arzad just ahead of Noah. They've got the same total right now, but Arzad is marginally lighter than Noah. So yeah, I mean, this is such a tight battle in the 74s. It's really going to come down to the last deadlift. Platform 1, Nick Lowry in the 59 kilo battle. This is going to give him a 450 kilo total. If everyone hits their openers, he will be in 3rd place after them.
Super fast.
Yeah, super fast. 3 white lights, good lift. David Gutierrez, 235 kilos. Super fast again. And it's kind of interesting to see when you're in these battles, you're seeing these lifters going back to back. You can kind of compare the speed of those openers.
Because basically we're looking for the end point. How much gas do you have left in the tank?
Platform 1, Carter Sanchez, 185 for his opening attempt. Carter's in the 66 kilo class. Likely going to be walking away with the silver medal.
On platform 2, we have Warren Lee coming out for his 2nd attempt, retaking his opener.
Yeah, hopefully he can get this. I mean, he turned the day around in the bench press, went 2 for 3. Gonna see if he can get this opener. He's not gonna be able to register a total either way, but yeah, it might have been just, I mean, given that with the mishap on squats, could have cooked his back, you know, could have, like, oftentimes if your squat isn't on, your deadlift's not going to be on. I mean, that depends person to person, but likely times, if I'm a game day handler, I'm saying, hey, you feel cooked on squats, maybe that's a sign to kind of lower that opener on the deadlift.
And you can adjust your opener. You have 3 minutes before the start of the flight to adjust your opening attempts. So adjustments can be made.
Platform 2, Kyler stands up with 175. Platform 1, Noah Aussie, 190 kilos. That's a good lift for him, giving Noah a 457.5 kilo total, 7.5 kilos over Nick for the time being. And we're gonna see Angel pulling for a 462.5 kilo total. So after openers, Angel will be in the lead over Noah and Nick in that 59 kilo battle. Platform 2, Tristan, 190 kilos for his 2nd attempt. Yeah, we really are flying.
Yes. Ooh, oh, Angel.
Super easy.
And snappy.
Super, super easy.
He's ready. Sassy belt
And
snap.
yes, and that's the thing when you're looking at the forecasted total, especially early on in the day, it can really be a trap because some lifters, they open up too heavy, are forced to take smaller jumps. Some lifters have in a deadlift that is so easy, they're going to take a big jump from there.
Exactly. Can't look at those forecasted totals.
Yeah, it gives some sort of indication of where people are going to be at, but
It could change.
yeah.
That's why we compete.
Tyler DeHoff opening up with 212.5.
All right, Oliver got his 2nd attempt after missing his opener. Let's see those lights.
3 white lights, he's on the
Yes.
board. Very, very difficult. Speaking from experience, missing your opener, coming back and hitting it, just a difficult thing mentally to tell yourself that you've done this before, you can do it again.
Yes.
And that's kind of the thing too with like retaking that opener. You instill confidence in your lifter. They know that they've done this
Yes.
before. Platform 1, Masado, 167.5 for his 2nd attempt. Platform 2, Weston, 210. This will give him a 542.5 kilo total, actually putting him in the lead for the time being. Of course, we've got a lot of lifting left to go. Oh, and it's a tough 2nd attempt
Yeah,
as
low
well.
work for Weston. Yeah. I think he
and it's
dropped it.
He got red card. I thought he dropped it too, honestly. He got red cards for not being locked out, perhaps in the knees.
That's
Yeah,
a lot of
went
work
to the
for a
jury to
freebie.
ask them. Yeah, it's a lot of work for a second attempt, and that's the thing where you talked about at the beginning of the session, or of the deadlifts, how attempt selection really matters when you're in these battles. You could get overzealous, say, hey, I'm going to try to pull for the win, or pull for the to be in the lead after second attempts, but you've got to consider how heavy of a second attempt that's going to be.
You gotta play your game.
Yeah, play your game. A lot of game day coaches. Ooh, I love the confidence.
Okay,
from
Aiden.
on platform 1. Moved
Don't-
that second attempt with ease. If I'm correct, he hasn't missed a lift on the day. He's got one more to get that 9 for 9 unicorn.
And he's
heat.
been having very solid attempt selection, you know.
Yeah. And that's great to see, especially
Yeah.
from these younger lifters.
They have really good people in their corner, you could tell.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal to see these good coaches installing those good habits in those lifters to have that proper attempt selection, really teach about execution on the day. Marcus on platform 2, 215 kilos. Another lifter in the hunt in that 74-kilo battle. That currently puts him in the lead, but of course Arzad and Noah haven't hit their second attempts yet. Colin on 177.5.
I remember his opener flying.
Yep, I remember too. Jumped 12.5
Yeah,
kilos.
it's a sizable jump for his size.
Coming up on platform 1, Charles Dewey.
Platform 2, Adam Olson, 217.5. Adam Olson's likely going to be fighting for a top 5 position. Platform 1, Charles, 190 kilos for his second attempt. Currently in 5th place.
There you go.
He's had some great lifting on the day.
That was a
3
good
white
lift for
lights.
Charles. Yep.
Next up on platform 1.
Platform 2, Jay Banks Hawkins, 217.5 for his second attempt. On platform 1, Carter Sanchez missed his opening attempt. He got blue cards. I don't remember exactly what it was for. Probably some up and down motion at the top. That is relatively more common with the sumo lifters. They lose their balance at the top, maybe have go up and down. So they decided to go up anyways. Let's see
5
how he
kilos, a
handles it.
modest increase, so let's see. There you go. Yes. Risk paid off. Let's see.
Yeah, got a little bit scary at the bottom, having to stay patient, but
Yeah.
pays off. 3 white lights. He's on the board in the meet. Noah Ralston, 220 kilos for his second attempt in that 74-kilo battle. Trying to pull for the current lead. That gives him a 552.5 kilo total. 3 white lights. It's a good lift.
Next up on platform 3, Arzad.
Platform 1, Dan, 190 kilos. Has only missed 1 lift on the day.
Okay. A little work, but he was very confident throughout.
Yeah, I would likely take a smaller jump after that. Platform 2, Arzad currently sits in 3rd place. This is gonna, wow.
Zod.
I
He
barely looked away and that was so
Yeah.
easy. And he took a big jump too.
Oh yeah,
17.5 kilos.
he's just getting started. I can
Yeah,
tell
he's
just getting
building
started.
some really good momentum leading into 3rd deadlifts. I mean, currently he sits at a 560 kilo total in the lead, and he's got a lot of room there. Platform 1, Nick Lowry in the 59-kilo class, 195 for his second attempt. This will give him a 4.6. This will pull him into the lead for the time being, but of course Angel and Noah have not hit their second attempts. Wow, moved pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty solid second attempt. Has room to grow.
A little too much for David.
Wow, really? For 250, I mean, that's a pretty big deadlift, and maybe got overzealous for the second attempt. Hopefully he can come back, hit it on his 3rd.
It's a privilege to be able to commentate this session because we're looking at our future right here.
Exactly,
you
the
know?
future of the sport. starting right here. That's what's so exciting about watching the sub-juniors and juniors, because you often see it pan out to where lifters go on to do great things. Angel on 1, 205 kilos. Currently in the lead, trying to add
Yes,
10
Angel.
kilos. Wow.
He doesn't even know how strong he is. He's just getting, he knows. He's like, I'm just getting started.
Coming up on platform 1, Noah Ozzy.
Yeah, Warren Lee on 2. Unfortunately, it's just going to be too much today.
He's going to come back with a better game plan next go around.
Yeah, again, it's really a learning experience for these lifters. Platform 1, Noah Aussie, staying in that 59-kilo hunt, taking a 20-kilo jump. This will give him a 477.5 kilo total, putting him in the lead above Angel for the time being. See how he handles this 20-kilo jump.
Yes.
Pretty well. Opened pretty light, took that big jump. 3 white lights, good lift.
Ramsey.
Kyler Ramsey on 2, trying to end off his day 3 for 3. I think he's done it too. 3 white lights, it's a good lift.
Showing his appreciation to the judges. It's always good to see. I always forget to do that, but I love you guys.
Platform 2, Tristan Stolp. Hasn't missed a lift yet. Gonna try to go 9 for 9 on the day with this 197.5 kilo third attempt. Tyler DeHoff pretty much locked up the national championship with his first attempt, trying to add 7.5 kilos to his total. I think he's done it. 3 white lights, it's a good lift.
That's on platform 1, Aiden.
Maybe a little up and down motion for Tristan on platform 2. Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Coming up on platform 3.
Still a great day. I mean, I believe he went 8 for 9 on the day. Just missing that last attempt.
Sometimes it moves way better than you expect it to move. That caused that up and down motion to occur.
It's almost a good problem to have.
Right.
Even though you missed the lift. Oh yeah, Aiden really walking out with confidence. Trying to go 9 for 9 on the day. 180 kilos for his third and final attempt. Love when these lifters have confidence. And just a swagger about them. Yeah, he's done it. 9 for 9. 447.5 kilo total. Yeah, phenomenal lifting on the day from him. Platform 2, Oliver Pullman. Missed his opener, came back and retook it. Now trying to add 10 kilos.
It's a little too much for the day.
Still got in that repeated opener, so he is able to register a total. Platform 1, Colin, taking the minimum 2.5 kilo jump.
Little foot movement. Let's see.
Platform 1, that's going to be no lift. Platform 2,
Yeah.
I know. I hesitated calling that because, I mean, he had the strength for it. He's going to talk to the jury about it. Yeah, they're telling him that I think his knees were not fully locked out at the top. But at least I'm glad that he did have that conversation with the jury just to see what happened and that so he can go back to training and make those proper technical corrections. Platform 1, that was unfortunately going to be no lift for Masato.
Yeah. We have Adam on platform 2 with a 5 kilo jump to finish out the day.
Coming up on platform 1, Charles.
Just a little too much. And that's one of those tough things where 5 kilos is just a relatively conservative jump.
Can't be mad about it.
Yeah, I can't be mad about it. I mean, the other option was taking 2.5,
Yeah.
and I'm not even sure if that was there.
Right. Just take it for what it is and move on. Be happy with your day.
That's on
Platform 1, Charles.
All right,
195.
let's go. Let's
Really
go.
good grind there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
he's
good.
been technically sound all day.
Yes.
Missed a squat, missed a bench. but I think he's able to go 3 for 3 in the deadlifts.
And if he does, it's going to change his entire perception of the day. To get your last deadlift is huge. Let's see. What we
that
got?
should be good.
Come on, give him some lights.
Yeah, just a little bit of anticipation there.
Thumbs up or something.
Just having some technical difficulties.
See, I'm coming back out.
You know what? I'm a ref myself. I say it was good. On platform 2,
I
that was
say
a good
so,
lift
too.
for Jay Banks. Yep, that was
Yes.
a good lift. Oh, yeah. What a celebration from him.
Yes, to end the meet on a good lift.
Yes, yeah.
Huge.
It always is so hard to miss your final attempt of the day. You could go 8 for 9, miss that final attempt.
And your whole day is ruined.
It kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth. So to go 3 for 3, just great lifting from him.
Oh, yeah. All right, Noah.
All right, Noah locking on this 74-kilo battle. Noah currently in second place, trying to pull for the lead over Arsad, but Arsad's going to have a chance to respond right after him. This will give him a 565-kilo total. He's got to execute this.
Okay,
Otherwise,
all right. Ooh, it paid off. And it was a lopsided jump, too, so he jumped specifically to take the lead.
I think that was a really phenomenal call.
Wow, that was a great call.
That was a really great call for his third attempt.
Yes.
Got some attempt changes here. Trying to watch this lifting cast. Meanwhile, on platform 1, Nick Lowery. Yep, and that attempt change was from Marcus Canova. He had in 232.5, bumped it up 5 kilos to attempt to pull for the win over Noah Ralston. On platform 1, Nick Lowery in third place right now.
Let's go, Marcus.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a no lift for Nick. Yeah, on platform 2, Marcus, such an interesting scenario where Marcus Canova, oh, they're trying to make sure, I mean, they already called bars loaded, right?
The time hasn't
The
started.
timer hasn't started. Now, when there's attempt changes, the score table in the back is going to make sure to press that attempt change button. That way, the chief referee knows not to start the clock. Now, typically, I mean, if they already called bars loaded, but the timer hasn't actually started. So, Marcus, it's very difficult for the lifter to be put in this situation.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because it just changed your psyche. You're already hyped.
You're
ready
already
to
hyped.
go.
You're ready. Yep.
And it just makes for a weird situation, which is very unfortunate in a battle like this.
Yeah, you've got to adapt. On platform 1, Carter Sanchez.
But if I'm Noah, I'm happy right now.
Trying to end. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Noah.
Stall the kicker. Ice the kicker.
It's actually a very interesting situation. So Noah and Marcus actually weigh the exact same amount. So Marcus is going to have to beat out Noah all right. Beat him by 2.5 kilos rather than tie him on this total. So that's the attempt that he had in. But now, Arsad, there was the confusion there. Arsad had put in an attempt change. He dropped his final attempt deadlift to try to pull for the win over Marcus. Many pulls for the win here. Like, so exciting. Arsad currently sitting in second place.
Oh, boy, you had at least 5 more
He had
kilos.
room to go. He had room
he
there.
is just getting started. Wow, brick by brick. This is only the beginning for Azad.
So Arsad just pulled into the lead over Noah Ralston. He actually needed 232.5, given that he weighs less than Noah. But, I mean, that was easy. He does have to think about Marcus Canova now going to try to pull for the lead over him. So adding just that extra little bit that Marcus has to deadlift.
And I'm sure that was a big PR for Azad. You don't know what they're going to bring. He took what the day had, and he went 9 for 9 on the day.
Platform 1, Tyler DeHoff, already your 66-kilo national champion, just trying to add 5 kilos to his total here. Yeah, we're having a bit of a delay on platform 2. Marcus Canova is going to be putting in that attempt change to 240 kilos because right now he's, and on platform 1, that was a great lift from Tyler.
We have a national record attempt on platform 1 for Noah Osi.
So Noah Osi battles all across the board here. I mean, oh, you know what? Let's pay attention to 2. So Marcus Canova actually is not pulling for the win here. He needed to change his attempt to 240 kilos to beat Arsad, given that Arsad weighs lighter than him. So either they use their 2 attempts already, or they weren't able to get in that change on time. So Marcus is actually pulling for 2nd place here over Noah.
Yeah.
Well,
or maybe
he
his
didn't have
coach
it
did,
anyways.
yeah.
Maybe
you
his
know,
coach realized that they
this
didn't
isn't
have it
there.
anyways. I mean, it was a fairly big jump.
Yeah,
So yeah, really.
because that could have been the reach already.
And on platform 1, Noah currently in 2nd place. That was a pull for the win. Unfortunately, just a little too much for Noah Aussie and
So
Angel.
Azad is our winner?
I think so. Arzad is going to be your 74-kilo sub-junior national champion. Really great battle there
That was a great battle.
between him and Noah Ralston, Marcus Canova.
And that Azad shows you that going 9 for 9 means something.
Yeah, yep. The winner executed the most.
Yeah.
Arzad went 9 for 9 on the day. Phenomenal lifting from him. Ended up with a 567.5 kilo total. And in the 59 kilo division, given that Noah missed that on 1, Angel's going to be your national champion with a 490 kilo total. Wow, David Gutierrez, what a way to end off the session. Missed that attempt with 250 kilos, came back and hit it, able to add those extra 15 kilos to his total. What a session we
That
had
was
here.
great.
That
That
was
was
a
so
great
good.
session across the board for these sub-junior lifters. And the action isn't going to end there. You're going to want to come back at 1 p.m. Central Time to watch some Masters 1 lifters and the rest of the sub-junior lifters of Powerlifting America Age Division Nationals. And even after that, the action isn't going to end. You're going to want to come back at 6 p.m. to watch our first primetime session of Age Division Nationals. That's going to be the Masters 1 primetime session. It's going to be a fun day. We've got 2 more sessions. We are going to get started in session 2 at 1 p.m. local time, just about 2 hours. But thank you so much for tuning in to session 1, day 2 of Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm Adriana Davis. I was joined in the booth by Sam Calhoun. And thank you so much for tuning in to the action. Just an exciting session, and it's going to continue all day. We will see you at 1 p.m. local time.